Hello, friends and adventurers, and welcome to Grognard and Friends' special Crazy from the Heat episode. A very special welcome to our newcomers in Brazil. We are so thrilled to have you as friends. I'd love to chat to some of you about the videos that I keep seeing here about the stuff that's going on there. A special thank you to our friends in the UK who continue to watch us. We love having you as our friends. And speaking of the friends, let's check out this week's episode of Grognard and Friends. When last we left the friends, they had entered the necropolis as a way to get into the heavily blockaded eastern districts. The necropolis was dark and menacing even before they crossed through the Iron Wall, and then it got real, as in real dark and real scary, when to the best of the friends' rationale, Vivalda turned out to not actually be their Vivalda, but perhaps the other Vivalda from beneath the Stradivernius house. Their entering this long sealed ancient section of the necropolis pretty quickly drew the attention of some of the dead that had been dormant for hundreds of years. But this particular Vivalda set up a giant neon "Eat at Vivalda's" sign that pointed directly to the friends as she teleported out of the necropolis with the last of the group's eggs. Suddenly, the dead were arriving in massive numbers, and they were hungry.
She took our eggs.
Soon the friends were on a race for their lives, running through strange sections of this metropolis-sized ancient burial ground, seeing things that they barely had time to comprehend before they were on the move again. Because now it just wasn't the shambling dead, but there was something flying around in the darkness on a winged mount, searching for them as well. And also, something seemingly made out of smoke and darkness that some of the friends had just caught quick glimpses of. Looking for escape, they headed down into what initially looked like a safe little valley, but soon revealed even more of the dead up on the ridges. In order to avoid a horde of the dead that was up ahead in their way, the group took to the cliffs to skirt their notice. Reed shimmied up the cliff and secured a rope for the rest of the group to climb up, but not before drawing the attention of the dead in the area. It was Nikita with Calandra on her back that next made the climb up to the top of the cliffs with little issue. But they too soon drew the attention of the dead, who were on them before they even realized it. Reed took this opportunity to scoot down the side of the cliff to a small ledge just out of reach of the dead, who were all reaching down trying to get a hold of the little halfling. So that is where we currently stand, friends. Reed is upon a small ledge with a number of the dead reaching over for him, while Nikita and Calandra are already engaged with their troubles. As for the rest of the friends, Eldred is some 20 feet from the top of the cliff, and Gaius with Butt Trumpet on his back and Jack on their back is another 20 feet below that. So let's roll initiative.
Will the friends be able to escape this conundrum? Dun, dun, dun. I hope that's a yes. Yes. Yes, we will be able to escape. Nobody.
Will some of the friends die?
Some parts have rotted away faster than others.
Yeah, we have a doctor for that. They have to get that cleared before they need an ointment before they can see the ladies.
Oh my god. We
usually just fix the problem. We got magic.
not
terribly
fixing
sorry.
that for free.
Destiny has a case of the Shambling Mound this evening, so you'll have to pick somebody else.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Oh. Some, yeah. Wow. It's a
Just
bad taste right there.
wrong. Right?
Oh.
I don't need to know that.
mm.
Like, you keep
Ugh.
what you've tasted to yourself.
It was such a vivid picture he created.
Were you always that pink?
I
I don't remember your dice
solid-
being that
No,
pink.
not initially, but
No.
it was too close to someone else's color, so I changed it.
So looking at the map, Paul, where the bad guys look like they're at the top of the rope, that's the ledge.
No, you are on the ledge over there in the upper right-hand corner.
Right, but I'm saying where the rope is
Yeah.
with Eldred and Gaius on there.
All right. How's
It-
this?
It's
This
hanging.
This should show you the ones right above you on that brown ledge above you.
Okay.
They're the ones who are kind of all reaching over the edge trying to get to you, and you're standing on that ledge beneath, kind of ducking out of the way.
But the bad guys at the top of the rope, that's the cliff edge, right? Where the rope starts to go down.
Yeah, when you see the change in direction of the rope, that means it's coming from the tree down, hits the ledge, and then goes down.
Oh, okay.
So that's where the edge of the ledge is that the rope then goes down. Right?
That's a good band name. Edge of the Ledge. Got it.
So, Reed, you are first. What would you like to do?
I'm assuming it's dark enough that I could probably only see Jack in the distance type thing.
Yeah, you see a faint set of glowing eyes kind of on the side of the cliff, just kind of going like this.
But I can't see, like, Eldred probably, right? And I definitely
No.
probably can't see Nikita and Kalandra.
No, you definitely
Okay.
can't see Nikita and Kalandra. Because they're actually on top of the cliff and over, they're totally out of your view. You
Okay.
probably just in the darkness can see the faint glow periodically of Jack's eyes.
Um,
Unless Gaius has some light going.
He doesn't have dark vision, so he has a little bit going so he can see what he's doing. Maybe not like full 40, but he's doing he's got spider climb, so it's not like super difficult for him to climb. I mean, the rope's there just as like an emergency. So.
Right.
But yeah, no, he's got a little bit of light going, so he might see like
Right.
as I'm climbing, like maybe his like amulet, he has an amulet or something glowing, just so it's in front of him, not backlighting him to a bunch
Right.
of like, giant creatures with wings to scoop him up and carry him away, kind of thing, is kind of his concern.
Gotcha.
Is there does this ledge run left to right like that? Like it looks like? Can I move along that?
Yeah, the brown
Okay.
dirt is the top of the cliff. That's what
Okay,
I'm using
got it.
to kind of show the edge of the cliff to make it kind of stand out.
So I'll shoot the one closest to me to my left there with an arrow. If he's looking over the edge of the cliff, I can stand on the ledge and shoot, right? Or no?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Here's the deal. Because
Becky.
the two over here that you're talking about right there, they're not
Mhm.
actually paying attention to you at the moment. You can
Oh.
do one of them. They're a little off from the edge of the cliff just by a few feet, so you could do one of those with partial cover, or you can just look back the way you came and have a clear shot of this mass of them. As a matter of fact, they're so bunched up, I'll give you advantage. Because with them being bunched up like that, I think it's going to make things a lot easier for you.
Now, normally when I get advantage, I get sneak attack damage. Is that going to happen too, or no?
Sure. I'll do that.
Cool. Awesome.
I would say they're slightly distracted.
Oof. 15.
That definitely hits.
All right. And 18 points of damage. Woo.
Okay.
Oh,
You
that-
hit him, he
yep.
falls and splats at the bottom of the cliff here.
Ew.
From the
Um,
fall.
Splat it all
I-
over you.
I hate to do this. Do I hear the splat then? I was just curious if like there was anything for us to determine.
You can hear
Something weird's
maybe a
happening over
groan as it falls over, and then hear a as it hits.
Okay.
Surprise!
So-
These zombies have wingsuits on, and they fly as they fall off the cliff. They glide across.
Hey, that's a good idea. Hold on a minute.
Zombies with wingsuits.
Yeah,
Zombies.
doing cue Prince's bat dance music. Reed is easily
I feel like I'm like at least 100
60
feet
to
the right
70 feet to your
Yeah.
right and up about 30 feet from you, guys.
Okay. No, I just wanted to make sure, like, reference wise, it wasn't. I didn't have corpses raining down on the
No.
people
So
still climbing.
It's
Gotcha.
raining.
The top of the cliff where you're headed is here.
Okay.
Okay?
Gotcha.
That is if you can see the ochre yellow line is the
Yeah.
rope that you're climbing.
Correct.
And where it kinks and goes straight up, that's the edge
I
of the
think
cliff.
my problem was, Paul, I was looking at the map. I was too zoomed in, and I didn't realize Reed was all the way to the right.
Okay.
That's where the confusion
Hey, no
came.
problem. It's because it's the best I could do to try to create a cliff
Oh, yeah.
in the map.
No,
So I tried to make it as obvious as possible, but I know it can be a little difficult to see. So
no, I was like I said, I was just too zoomed in and like off to the left. I didn't realize Reed was that far to the right. That's all.
not a problem. Okay, so anything else, Reed?
Nope. I'm just hanging out on the ledge for the moment.
Butt Trumpet, it is your turn.
Okay, so I'm trying to clarify. Are we at a position where we can see any of the zombies?
Because you have dark vision, you can see, especially up around where Reed is, at the top of the cliff, which is about 10 feet above Reed, maybe a little less. You see these massive bodies, humanoid bodies, kind of writhing and shambling around up there and reaching over each other and like swinging their arms down trying to grab them.
Then
But-
I would at least like to try from where I am to cast Fire Bolt. Not
Okay.
ball, bolt.
Very specific distinction.
I mean, hey, why waste a good spell,
Well, where are you? Which
Dropping a
particular
fireball on
member
Reed.
of The Walking Dead are you aiming towards? What was that, Gaius?
I was like, yeah, just where's Reed at? Yeah, just drop a fireball, just a little bit to the side.
He's just on a very thin ledge on the side of a cliff. It should be fine.
Good, it's cool.
That's what I get for poking that statue thing.
I knew
Why
I
you
should have
can't
stayed
go
home
around-
today.
Putting your fingers in everything you see. Have some restraint.
That's something.
So I'm going to be firing the spell at the group of bodies I see above, overhead, not at Reed.
Okay,
Definitely not.
the ones over to the right above Reed.
Yes.
No problem. Take advantage with that as well, because I really feel like they're a lumped mass of dead bodies that are reaching down. So
Does a 12 hit?
yes, it does.
Woo!
Sick. Gonna be 9 points of fire damage over there.
Okay.
And since I'm on Gaius's back, I can't really move, so we'll call that my turn.
And speaking of Gaius, it is your turn. Gaius.
Ah, yes. So, distance-wise, to get up to the cliff, what were you calling how far away we were? Like, range-wise?
Okay, so Eldred is about 20 feet from the top.
And we're 40? said?
You're another 20 feet below him.
Okay.
And because you have spider climb, so your movement's regular now. If you were
Yep.
just climbing, it would be half, but because you have spider climb,
Correct.
you're fine.
Hey, people who usually move a lot. Dan, what's the dash? Is a bonus action for you, or is that an action for everybody else?
It's an action for
Like
everybody
dashing.
else.
Yeah, so I guess to get up on the, get myself and Butt Trumpet up onto the cliff edge and in position as quick as possible,
Not a problem.
I will dash.
Now, just be aware, it's not going to affect anything because you're still going to get there because you have extra movement.
Yeah.
But because Eldred is on the rope, you will have to leave the rope to go around him. But that's
fine. That's fine. We
not
got
gonna make
spider
any
climb,
difference.
so it's I got spider climb, so it's more
Right.
of like, oh, excuse me, and up and around.
I just wanted to clarify
okay.
so that was understood. It doesn't make a world of difference in what's going on, but I just, felt
Yep.
like it was important to state.
Okay.
Why did I even tie that rope?
Why do we even have that lever?
Emergencies.
Eldred goes, I'm happy you have it, thanks.
All right, so there is just a whole bunch of undead.
Just a stupid
Yeah.
amount of zombies.
Just a dumb amount.
All of them with little pointy hats.
Dumb zombies. I love it.
Yeah, so I'm going to
Sunspeed.
cast. So I guess to ask, what can I see from now that we're up? Like, what? I know I can see it, but what can Gaius actually see?
Okay.
Because I know it's kind of dimmer.
Gaius, roll me a 20-sider, please. 14. Okay.
14?
Your light spreads out a certain amount. You see these masses of zombies over towards where you heard Reed, like, occasionally cry out when something reached down and got somewhat close. So you can see a masses of them over there. You see, you hear Kalandra more than anything else, and Nikita kind of up at 11 o'clock from you, probably about 30 feet from you, and that they're fighting, it seems like, some of the undead. You can, just on the edge, you can see there are some ahead of you that they haven't caught wind of you yet, but they're seeing you. Otherwise, everything is completely dark, but what you've noticed since you came over to the cliff and climbed up and saw the side of the cliff and everything, and now once you're on top of it, you're seeing that something this valley is not naturally formed. Something occurred to create this valley, because part of this ground that you were initially walking through before you went up the cliff, something caused that part of the ground to sink significantly, because as you were climbing up the side of the cliff, you saw bits of crypts and bits of coffins sticking out through the side of the cliff that actually, you saw Reed utilize when now you realize the route that Reed took going up actually made a lot more sense now, because he was using some of these things as ledges and stairs to kind of go up.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. All right. So I know it sounds like Kalandra and Cheryl, Kalandra and Nikita are off to my left, and Reed's by himself on the right.
Yes, but you
So-
gather from Reed, he's on a ledge he's not by a lot, but by enough to feel fairly secure that he's pretty safe, because they can't seem to reach him unless they figure out to drop down. But with the intelligence
Gotcha.
of zombies, you don't know if that'll end well or
All right.
not. And I don't mean
Gotcha.
for Reed, I
To the
mean
left
mostly
of
for
me,
I mean for the
hands to right,
zombies.
here I am.
Yeah.
We're about,
All right. So I have a
we're about
so
to, we're about
the reason
to
why I
invent drop
asked
zombies.
for clarification is I have another 20 feet of movement
Okay,
because of the dash.
absolutely.
guess
Where would you
I'll-
like to go?
If it sounds like Kalandra and Nikita are having an issue,
It definitely does.
okay. I guess, is that 20 feet enough, or is that, I guess, but I'm still carrying butt trumpet unless they ask to be put down. But, so do I see, am I close enough to Nikita and Cheryl to kind of see, or Nikita and Kalandra to see kind of what's going on?
Yeah,
At the moment?
I think so.
The reason why I ask is I still have my bonus action, which I will
Not
use to
if I
cast
knew.
Spiritual Weapon, which I will cast just right in between them. And then it will target the zombie just to the left of it.
That hits.
Yep. And it will do 6 force damage to the zombie.
Anything else you would like to do?
Action, bonus action move. I am all done.
Okay. We will move on to Nikita, who is swinging her sword around with a natural 20.
Nice.
Oh, and a second natural 20. Hold on.
Hold on.
Correct.
Oh, Paul, you're using the weighted dice.
Hey, be
He
happy I'm
gave me
using it for
loaded
one
I
of
mean,
your
your
dice.
DM dice.
I'm using
Yeah, I
it for
know.
one of your characters and not against you. Let me get I need my percentage dice here. You see Nikita swing and two, like the zombie and the one right next to it that are both reaching for, takes the head off the first one. The swing continues and takes the head off the second one as well. And both of them just fall to the ground with this black blood spraying out from the neck, and the heads kind of go rolling down the stones.
Off with your head. Dance, dance, dance till you're dead. Hands
And
around.
then swings again, takes a second shot, and the sword cleaves into the shoulder of the one left in front of her, to the right above the one that your spiritual weapon just hit.
So, Paul, we're gonna need you to roll for Nikita from now on.
Eldred goes up
Be like-
to the top of the cliff, kind of breathes and brushes himself off, and then kind of catches up behind you and says, "I can't see shit. What's going on?"
Zombies everywhere.
Oh, that. I meant
Yeah.
besides that, actually. Yeah.
That's like the big dominant thing, really. Kind of the key focus.
Okay.
Yeah, we gotta just eliminate the ones that are like around us, and then kind of just get out of here.
Okay. He fires on the one in front of Kalandra some magic missiles, and they all seem to kind of weave around each other, and then in the back of that zombie, they just hit it and kind of explode into its back. So, Kalandra, the zombie that's right in front of you, you just see kind of splatters of black blood explode from its back, like in all the directions, and just not, they kind of go around you. You might get a little spray here and there, but for the most part, you're okay.
Ew.
But with that,
Fluid.
it is your turn, Kalandra.
Is there still one in front of me? Like, is he still...
You have
Hanging out.
one, if you were using the clock reference, you got one at 11 o'clock, one at 9 o'clock, and one at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm going to go after the one at 6 o'clock.
The one that just sprayed you a little bit?
Yeah, because I'm having feelings about that. Like,
No one squirts me and gets away with it.
you don't squirt me without my consent. There was no consent given, and I have
Oh,
feelings
weird.
about it. It cast Sacred Flame on it. It finally
Okay, so it
went
needs
through.
to do a dexterity
It's a-
save, right?
Yeah, 12.
Totally fails that. Roll your damage. A 5.
One. Yay, I tried.
But it's a radiant one.
It is.
So you kind of spray back this
Yeah,
sacred
like-
flame, and it just
Hit
kind of gets
me.
mists. Anything else
Does
you'd
that-
like to do, Kalandra?
Does that do radiant damage? Is that what that does?
Reed, these two have now noticed you, and you have a couple more coming up upon you.
Starting a club.
Like what kind of club? A
A
dance
book
club?
club. A book club.
Book club.
Me-
Enjoy a good read.
Yeah.
Yeah, read.
Where
Reed's
techno is
book
going to start
club.
breaking out.
Kalandra, a 19 and an 8.
The 19 hits, the 8 does not.
9 points of damage from
Okay.
this thing just raking its claws down the front of you. and it looks like it's trying to come in for a bite on you, but it just doesn't make it. And the other one,
That's a
just-
lot of money.
The other one
Can't
just
afford my
totally
prices.
It's a
misses
bite
you.
out of crime.
Nikita, none of them seem to get through between her shield and her sword. Gaius,
Don't
a
forget-
21.
Don't forget, if Nikita's
A
next to
4.
somebody, she can try and block.
A natural 1 on the 1, a 14, and a 9. I'm assuming the 21
so-
hits.
Yeah.
Okay. So a 9 on you as well, as
Alright.
it's able to kind of rake the side of you where some of your armor kind of separates as you're like
Yeah.
lifting up your one arm to strike. And Reed, none of them have figured out how to get to you yet. You just now they are grouping up significantly more on the ledge there, right above you. You have about
This is gonna be like
50
Lineagen versus the Ants or whatever. They're all
What?
gonna start piling onto the. They're all gonna start killing themselves on the ledge until they're high enough where they just climb down each other.
You don't know. There's about 15 up above you. But
Oh, boy.
so if you were to climb up, there is a 10-foot blank area between the two groups. That's the only free area if you were to climb up directly from the ledge.
Yeah,
Okay, just letting you know.
I don't see myself doing that, but we'll see.
I'm just letting you know. And speaking of which, Reed, it is your turn.
I forget. Do I have spider climb on me or no?
I believe you do.
Can I still see a little bit of Jack's light or some kind of light from the?
No, now you
Gaius
can't see
Eldritch
any
group?
of that. You are completely in the dark.
Oh, great.
You just hear Allah moaning above you. Not one word, Kalandra.
All right, I can still see where they're at, right? The zombies.
You just kind of see a mass of them writhing around in the darkness.
I'm just gonna take another shot at them for the moment.
Okay, you get advantage.
Awesome. So that's a 23.
Easily hits.
I do 12 points of damage.
Damage.
French for damage. French for damage. I'm just gonna kind of give a quick call out. Just say, I'm kind of stuck here. Just kind
How
of
loud are you
not
doing
too
that?
loud. Kind of like normal talking voice. Like I don't
Okay.
want to shout. I'm just hoping they can hear it that far away. but I
Okay,
don't know.
because be aware, above you, there's a lot of moaning going on and scraping and noise, and you can't see your friends. If you
Okay,
look
well,
at the map, you
I-
can see they're significantly farther away.
I just know they're over there somewhere. I'm gonna call out just loud enough to get over the noise above me. So
Okay.
whatever that is.
Give me a 20-sider roll with disadvantage, please.
A 9.
Anything else you'd like to do, Reed?
Nope. Just keeping an eye on anybody who gets too close to me from above. That's all.
Butt Trumpet, it is your turn, and Gaius, you're on deck.
I'd like to hurl another fire bolt at the zombie who was clawing at Gaius's armor. Woo! 15?
That definitely hits.
Sick! And that's gonna be 8 points of fire damage, biatch. Don't singe my friends.
And it easily bursts into flame and falls to the ground.
Burn, baby! Burn!
Anything else you would like to do, Butt Trumpet?
Use my movement for a little victory dance, and then that's it.
Gaius, it is your turn.
I'm going to cast a spell.
Okay, before you do that, give me a perception check with disadvantage, please.
15 or 27. So I have to take the 15.
Okay. You, from behind you and back over the edge of the cliff at a distance, you you hear Reed's voice ever so faintly above the din of moaning and scrabbling about. I'm a little by myself here. Little help.
This just reinforces what I was planning on doing. And I cast Spirit Guardian, and around me in a 15-foot dome appears around me of purple beings made of liquid smoke, kind of whatnot. And when I cast the spell, let's see, all the creatures that enter the area for the first time, or when they start this turn, so all of the friends that are near me that are not, they're undead, are going to have to make wisdom saving throws right now.
But Trumpet, what you see is Gaia say a few things, make some hand gestures, and this ring of little chubby Gaiuses wearing nothing but
Nope.
boxer shorts covered in grapes with these little purple wings
Incorrect.
behind them are dancing
Fine.
around with a hammer, swinging away and bashing the crap out of these zombies.
Perfect. I love it. It's canon.
Fine, Paul. I'll make sure I describe them better next time. And then I take my move action to move 20 feet over here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, weird. All the other things over there are now going to have to make wisdom saving throws.
14, 1,
Fail.
18,
Save.
1,
Fail.
2,
Yeah.
18,
2.
17, 2.
Okay. So 3 of them saved. Which, let's see, I forget. So they saved, they're only going to... So the 3 that saved, they're only going to take half of the damage that I'm going to do right now.
Okay.
The rest of them are going to take full radiant damage of 11. And the rest will take, round it down, 5.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to do, guys? Your spiritual weapon?
Spiritual weapon's going to take a swing at the guy that is still up by it. A roll. 25 to hit.
Definitely hits.
8 force damage.
It just
Is it-
bashes the hammer down, and in a spray of wine and black ichor, the thing just crumples to the ground.
So the weapon is now going to move 15 feet in the general direction of where I think Reed is right now,
Okay.
as the last bit of its stuff. Ladies, we need to go save Reed, apparently. So I guess we'll clean up the scrubs here and carry on.
Woo!
Nikita says, "Da."
Also, when it's their turn, the zombies' turns, Paul, they gotta make the save again.
You see Nikita cleave this one down, like from the shoulder down to the chest, and it crumples, moves forward to this one. Basically does a glancing blow that does hit. Doesn't seem to do as much damage as you would think. You see a number of other bolts project from his fingers, and they take out this one right here. And so he's done. Kalandra, it is your turn.
I am going to. We are trying to go towards Reed. Okay. So then I am going to. I'm just going to try to stay by Gaius. I'm following him, and I need to heal myself, so that is what I'm going to do.
Okay, so you're getting in a little closer to him?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to. This is.
Okay, go ahead and heal.
Okay, there. And then I'm going to heal myself, because, yeah, I'm not great. I got 3 back. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Anything else?
No. Oh, God.
Okay, guys, roll me a perception check, please.
12.
You hear not like the massive amount of moaning and groaning and shambling in the dirt over to your right. You hear an extensive amount of it, but you also hear quite a bit of it in front of you in the distance, like getting a little closer. But just
So in the front and to the right, but not to the left.
to the left, you can hear a little bit of it, but it's more directly in front of you is where
Gotcha.
you're hearing masses of it. And just underneath of that sound, you're hearing and it's getting louder.
Like, so it's a hissing noise. Is it the hissing noise of something gliding on the winds or something else?
Give me a nature check, please.
Nature check. Aha. Something I'm not terrible at.
I know.
Only an 8.
Okay. It's possible. Okay.
All right.
Anything is possible if you believe.
I believe it's something else then.
I think I heard a dingo.
As did I.
A
Okay.
dingo?
Would
Like
everyone
a dingo ate your baby dingo?
Yes.
would everyone but Reed make me a perception? Everyone but Reed and Gaius. Actually, no, Gaius, you can do it too.
All right.
Everyone
Perception
but Reed
check?
and Gaius, give me a perception check.
I got a 22.
Okay.
14.
It looks like all of you but Nikita and Eldred notice this dark object swooping down low in your direction from like 11 o'clock coming in. So
Oh shit.
each of you give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
There we go. Oof.
Gaius got an 11.
Okay.
10.
Okay.
10 for the tiny.
Calandra? Oh, very good. And Eldred with a 19. Very cool. Unfortunately for Nikita,
Our-
she got
A
a 3.
dodge wizard.
Um,
That just makes sense for Nikita.
you see this massive thing come down, and the last thing you hear is this loud screeching cry as this giant winged creature that was gliding about 5 to 10 feet above the ground in your direction from like 11 o'clock grabs down and grabs a hold of Nikita, and with that screech lifts her up off the ground and is going to kind of fly away. But before they do, because of their weight, I'm going to give each of you a, with the exception of Eldred, I will give the 3 of you an opportunity attack if you have a weapon handy. So Calandra and Gaius, both of you make an
Yeah.
opportunity attack with disadvantage for the new rolls.
Attack. There we go.
Okay, I guess I'll take the 22 over the 23.
Okay, that definitely hits.
Sadly.
Okay. 11.
That yours does not. I think because you're
Okay.
so short, that probably you weren't even
Yeah.
able to reach it.
I do
Just like
8
on my tippy
damage.
toes.
You swing and you notice your hammer or what or mace or whatever you have just kind of goes. Nikita's feet go on either side of it as it flies by. Gaius, do your damage.
Oh, no, I did 8 damage to it.
Okay, out of a possible what?
11.
And you
I
did a
got
5?
An 8.
An 8? Okay.
Well, I did a 5. Yeah, so I rolled a 5 plus 3. That's my
Okay.
damage.
So you see this thing, and you just get a quick glimpse of this being right on the back of this giant winged.
And Gaius, known for his lightning quick reflexes.
The wingspan is easily about 30 to 40 feet wide. They're leathery wings that seem to be quite tattered. You see this flesh hanging off this reptilian-like skeleton and this long snout. But riding on its back is a humanoid figure. You're not sure if the face is like a skull or like a skull shape where the skin is just super tight and just incredibly pale. The eyes seem to be black with these little beads of green light deep within. And this huge mass of wild white hair just flowing in the wind as it swoops over you.
It is a Targaryen.
Takes Nikita off into the darkness.
What direction?
Kind of back this way, the way you came. Like over the
Balls.
valley.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go collect Reed, and now we gotta go get Nikita. God. Slockus, why are you making it so hard?
Buckets, damn it.
No, I don't take his name in vain. At least not when I'm this sober.
Throw a couple more back and we'll see.
Yeah, it's... Depends on the state we get Nikita back in.
That's what you hear in the distance.
No, that's horrific.
Good.
Kalandra, a 4 on you, a 19 on Eldred, and a 2 on you, Gaius.
No, they
these
all
are
need
to
to
hit.
make...
These are
Oh,
attacks.
they all need to make wisdom saving throws first.
Okay.
Before they attack anyone.
A 1,
Yep, that's fail.
12,
Fail.
a 20, a
Save.
6,
Fail.
a 19, and a 7.
Alright. So, 2 are going to take half damage. The rest are going to take full damage.
Go ahead.
And the damage is going to be... roll. 17 radiant damage. And the 2 of them will only sadly be taking half of that.
Okay.
So divvy that up. If that happens to kill any of them off before they hurt anyone.
Okay.
Just wanted to catch that.
You also notice a bunch of the ones that were on the ground are standing up that you thought were dead.
Son of a
Excellent.
bitch.
Reed, it is your turn. You've noticed the mass getting just this writhing mass of arms and chomping teeth above you. Just it's getting like a curtain of snakes, except instead of reptiles, they're arms with nasty, sharp, broken nails and
Look
bony
at the
hands
bones.
reaching down for you. They still seem, with you standing fully upright, they still seem to be about 2 feet over your head, but it's enough
Okay.
to kind of freak you out more than a little bit.
All right, I am going to move to the left along the wall. Using the
Okay,
spider
actually
climb.
climbing?
Yeah, using the spider climb.
Yep.
I'll stay out of the reach. I'll stay low. So I
Okay.
believe that there is 30 feet. I'm not near the top there, right? I'm still
Correct.
a little ways away.
Correct.
Okay.
That where you want to be?
Well, then I'm going to use my cutting action to move again. I'm trying to get to the rope. Hopefully, I see I'm looking for the light coming from Jack. So.
Okay, well, you're still over the edge of the cliff, so you can't see it yet.
Okay.
Okay.
That's as far as I can get on my turn, I guess. And
Yep.
that's it.
Okay. Butt Trumpet, is your turn. Gaius, you're on deck.
Okay, would it be safe to attempt to fireball this mass of bodies?
Depends where you place the fireball.
The area of cliff where Reed is no longer,
Ah, then yes.
then make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay, what is the distance on this spell?
150 feet.
Oh, hell yeah. so you can actually place it like right here. I think you can
Perfect.
get everything in the circumference.
That would be great.
What's the saving throw on that?
14.
Well, let's just say I'm getting nothing but single digits. So, an 18. Okay.
Okay, well, one of them makes it. I'm okay. I'm still okay.
Okay. It's a weird interaction.
Who was that?
Okay, roll your damage there, Butt Trumpet.
Cool. So yeah, 23 points of fire damage over there. Kaboom. Kamehameha, if you will.
Okay, there are 3 that are still standing, but all the other ones just kind of burst into flame.
Sweet.
Some of them actually fall off the cliff, and you just hear a rain of splatters, like. But some just kind of drop in there. There are some that just drop in their space.
Sounds like Tuesdays at the brothel.
I'm done.
It's Taco Tuesday at the Temple of Hedoni. That's a different meaning here.
I take it even from where I'm at, I saw that.
Found him.
You hear a whooshing and you see what looks like almost like a Tinkerbell thing go by, and then all of a sudden this huge. Oh, I nearly forgot to check.
Blow on my finger like a pistol.
And it's this massive burst of flame that you then see like a rain of dead bodies fall over, hit the bottom, and some of the flames look to dampen as they're getting, but then when they hit, they burst into even more flame as they hit. It's like little explosions of gross bodily fluids mixed with flame as they all hit the bottom.
I got out of there just in time. What the heck was that?
And that's what you're thinking. You're like, well, that was close. Okay, anything else but Trumpet?
I'm good.
Gaius, it is your turn.
It is. All right. So what's the state of because we have a whole bunch around us.
Yes.
The ones that I did damage to, are they like have any of them dropped dead from it, or are they still?
Yes,
so
some of
they're
them have
all
dropped
up
dead, and then like the next round they stand back up.
Okay, so we're currently surrounded by re-resurrected ones.
Not all.
All right,
of them,
everyone.
but there other ones
yeah.
have come in from walking in.
Well, if any of them have walked in, they need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Then I got to do damage to them. It's kind of like everyone, we need to leave. Back down the rope. We need to go after Nikita. Basically, I'm trying to make sure no one around is going to get opportunity attacked, or if that is the case, I have a thing for that.
Okay, so roll your damage.
Oh, 16 radiant damage. Spiritual weapon, because it's there. It's just gonna take a swing at a guy. One. Nope, that doesn't hit.
Roll me
So,
again,
as
please. Roll me another 20-sider. Or do you want me to... We agreed that I was going to be doing it from now on, right?
Oh, all right.
We did it,
okay.
so no problem. Go ahead.
All right.
We'll leave it
So,
as
yeah, obviously it misses. And then as my action, I'm going to pull out my boomstick, the Bakken boomstick, and just say, I'm just sick and tired of all the undead.
Tired of these motherfucking zombies on this motherfucking
Shop
cliff.
smart. Shop S smart. And he raises it up. And they all need to make wisdom saving throws.
Okay.
Again. And if they fail, they're dead. They're gone. They just poof. That's within 30 feet.
Okay, all but 2 are gone.
Son
All right.
of a bitch, they're resilient.
Yeah, I know.
And they
Well,
just
we're-
explode into bone, black blood, and ichor and Merlot.
Yeah.
Cockroaches and herpes had a baby. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
so we're leaving. I have butt trumpet. We're going. I guess I'll be taking an
No.
opportunity attack from the one zombie that's near me.
Okay.
Everyone, we're leaving.
Totally
I
misses
don't
Mrs.
care
Monroe.
if you have to use the bathroom. We gotta go.
Just hold it.
That's a funny way to put
Hold
it
it.
there, Gaius.
Hold it until we get somewhere else.
Okay, Calandra, your turn.
Oh,
Okay.
and spiritual weapon moves 15 feet toward me, just so it'll intercept zombies on the way out.
You got it.
Okay, so we're going back down the rope?
Back to the rope
Yes.
so you can get
Back
back
to
down.
the rope. Okay, back
Yes.
to the rope. Okay. Then
We have
I
a
will-
Nikita to rescue.
Yeah, we have Nikita.
And
Okay,
you
so
still
I will-
hear in front of you masses coming in your direction.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
And
I will
guys,
just-
give me a perception check, please.
Move.
Perception. 16.
You hear another one of those screeches in the distance and the darkness, but it's slightly different. It doesn't sound like a cry of communication so much as a cry of pain.
Ah! I think Nikita's stabbing something right now.
Okay.
Would yell words of encouragement, but I don't feel like drawing zombies to me, so.
We'll say all of you have gotten to the edge of the cliff because all of you will move faster than these zombies. So we'll say that you get to the edge of the cliff here.
Excellent.
Reed, give me a perception check, please.
Maybe not. I got a 9.
Okay.
You
Alright.
had it?
I had it. I'm distracted by that fireball that just went off. So
Sorry.
That's okay, that was a good thing.
The existential dread. It's like, I was just over there. I could
Yeah.
have died. I can't die. I'm the hero.
you're stealing my lines, man.
We'll say the four of you are at the top of the rope, and Reed, you're still down below. You hear a commotion up at the top of the rope of movement. What do
Okay.
you do?
Well, can I reach over and grab the rope?
Mm-hmm.
And I can't. Can I see it all that distance or no?
No.
I don't see Jack or nothing.
Well, Jack's with me.
Yeah. Okay. We'll say you see a burning glow just over, like all you see is this glow of flame, like the corona of flame over at just at the top of the cliff, like just
Okay.
behind it.
I just say I call out just as loud as I need to, and I'm not trying to be super loud or nothing, but I'm just kind of like, "Hello, it's me."
We're leaving. We're leaving.
Get your shoes on.
So go down.
Yes. Nikita got snatched.
By the zombies? Okay.
By the
No,
flabby
like-
thing.
Well, I guess it might be an undead. It had the qualities of one. I don't know if it's a zombie though. It's an interesting question.
I'm gonna head down the rope.
Multiple types of
Okay.
undead.
Gaius is just still there pontificating as we're all moving down.
Maybe a lich of some
Um,
kind.
So we'll say what occurs is you make it about 30 feet from the floor. Guys, roll
me?
me a perception, please.
That'll be a 16.
Okay.
Hello?
That hasn't been invented yet.
Oh, as I also let him know. Oh, hey, they've been getting back up after we killed them. Because I remember hearing a splat from earlier.
it's your DoorDasher. I have your food for you. There's all these other people walking around.
But the instructions say to hand it directly to you.
Had I known you were living in Kensington, I wouldn't have taken this order.
It's harsh. They have a beach there now, all right?
In Kensington?
It's a joke. There's like a whole Reddit thing where it's like the beaches of Kensington, and it's just sadly people that are passed out due to problems all
I was
over the
thinking
streets of
what
Philadelphia.
the actual fluids were, because I was thinking,
that's far worse than what I was talking
mystery fluids and bodily fluids.
about. I was talking
and
about
just-
people passed out due to problems. In
Come on, boys and girls, time to go home. The urine high tide is coming in.
So this rope we're going here.
Yeah. I in case anyone forgot, Gaius does relate down to Reed. Hey, bud, the zombies are getting back up after we killed them. So just be aware while you're climbing down. Have you ever
Okay.
gone
Unless
fishing
they go
with them?
boom.
Yeah, I have atomized some, and those definitely didn't come back from that. So
Oh, and guys, you realize that you had been a little preoccupied when you send your sending spell to Vivalda way back when, and you've been so
Yes.
on the run, you've never actually shared the answer with the rest of the group of what she said.
so as we're rappelling down the
Yeah, do you want to
mountain.
share it with everyone?
As we're Batman and Robining down this cliff.
Yeah.
Oh, by the
Vivalda
way.
opens
Well-
up a window and says, Caped friends.
Yes. Well, little friends. Yeah, so the gist of what the message I sent was for everyone was basically warning her they're around, they might try to ambush her, be on the lookout, giving code word apostate as it being us, not our copies. Like, that was the general gist. Paul, can you remind me exactly what she said? Because I just
Absolutely.
noticed I didn't take the notes.
A very
for it.
excited hello, Gaius. I will not go to Stone's Throw then. I ask what is the cleric's name, and the answer should be Apostle Apostate. Yes? Thanks.
All right, she's not going to the Stone's Throw. That's the good news. You got that part. I'm not going to be spending any more spells at the moment until we get in the clear of all this other nonsense. The good news, the important part is, knows to stay away from the Stone's Throw. Bad guys.
Okay, and
Us.
with your perception check, down below you, you hear lots of roaming and moaning out amongst the valley floor.
Fantastic.
So, like lots.
Luckily, the vast majority of the party still has spider climb. So, with that perception check, would I have noticed, like, maybe a little bit to the left or to the right? Where does it sound less undead?
You
for us
think
to
you're
potentially
at the
climb
very
down?
base of the cliff, you're pretty safe. None of them seem
Okay.
to be at the cliff base.
All right. Then
None of the ones that aren't like dropping a watermelon off a high building.
Yeah, you don't come back from that one
Right.
so much because you're kind of in pieces.
Right. Well, pieces might be a bit of a stretch, but
Well, it's just a bit. Listen, technically
oatmeal
the atom
kind of
is a
works for
piece.
me with this. But
Yeah. You know what? A goulash. I think. would
oh,
be a
that's
better
good.
picture.
Goulash. I like that. That's very good.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Ah, I
Works
see what
on
you did
multiple
there.
levels. Thank you. I will retire for the night. Yeah, so I just relay that obviously to the party
So-
and
So all of you,
the excellent joke that I had come up with.
Gaia says, "Isn't that funny?" and then uses his spider climb and leaves.
Yeah.
We
Actually
we
takes
still
out a notebook
have to.
and writes that one down. Yes, that's good.
Note to self: I am amusing.
Yes. In case this whole cleric thing doesn't work out, I can always become a bard.
Okay, so as you then get closer to the bottom, you also start to hear more of the moans from over top.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we need to before they start like doing waterfall zombie waterfall would probably not be great for our health.
You come down to the bottom, and all of a sudden you're pitched into complete black darkness because you notice Jack. The last thing you see is him squint his eyes closed, because at the very limit of his vision, you're seeing a couple movement of shambling figures, and he immediately closes his eyes so as to kind of not draw any more attention.
Excellent work, Jack. Okay. Dark vision conga line bullshit.
Dark vision conga line bullshit.
Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself
By the way,
any
Butt
longer.
Trumpet, how long does
Spider climb?
last
An hour?
An hour? Oh, you're good. Okay, good.
That was some tight combat.
Yeah, especially when they keep coming back.
And all of you hear masses of these things all around you.
Okay.
We should GTFO. Nikita's been swiped.
What?
Yeah.
So
flying thing?
Yeah, by the flag.
Yeah.
thing. So we're gonna head in the direction we saw it going, and kind of maybe deviating just a little bit to get around zombies to not draw their attention.
Okay, you've
And
heard the
then-
screeches kind of circling.
Oh, it's taunting us like a mobile.
So it scooped up Nikita. Is it this? And it's circling us still?
Well, in other words, it wasn't like it scooped her up and continued in one direction. It went off the edge of the cliff, you lost sight of it, but then it seems like it banked to one side where you heard the screech. And
Oh,
then
okay.
when you heard the injured screech, it came from another direction, so it doesn't sound like it's headed in one direction.
So what direction did the injured screech come from?
Kind of back over, like behind you, up over the
So
side of the
direction,
cliff.
direction the way we came.
From where the masses were.
Oh, so further back.
Yeah, so like where the
if
masses
we had
were headed
climbed-
towards you, towards the cliff edge.
Yeah. I'm going to use spell locate object, and I'm going to use that to locate the one of the trinkets I'd carved, specifically Nikita's,
Okay.
and see what direction our fine fellow is in.
At the moment, it doesn't show up because it's like 1,000 feet at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, at
Yeah.
this moment, it doesn't show up. And Reed, give me a perception check, please.
Another 9.
Okay. We'll say that because you went to the Phillies game today,
What?
all around you in the darkness sounds like a huge crowd murmuring and talking. Kind of like being in a full stadium in the dark.
That's creepy.
And you're beginning to hear it also above you. Except instead of conversations and, F the Mets and stuff like that, it's a lot of moaning and groaning and, every now and then you do get one sports fan who's like, how do you like them apples?
I was waiting for that.
There's zombies that are talking
Yeah.
about food.
So I want to break out everyone's favorite spell, sending,
Okay.
and send a message to Nikita.
Okay.
Nikita, can you tell us where you're at? Directions, impressions, anything. You're too far for my location spell. Did you go back the way we came, or in the direction we wanted to go?
How many words is that?
I think that was 24
Okay.
or 29. I lost count on one of my hands.
A few moments go by, and you hear In darkness, fast in sky, it's trying to get in my head. The silver seems to be hurting the steed, the wing thing. And that's it.
Okay. Let's move a little bit away from the cliff so the zombie waterfall doesn't get us. And then
Okay. It's like a wedding.
So Nikita is still, and he just kind of like points up there.
From the cliff?
No, higher.
Guys, I'm going to tell you with your passive perception, you now can hear masses way above you, like large amounts of these things. And the ones all around you are beginning to get in even closer. Do you have your light going?
No, we're
Okay.
like I said, we're doing full stealth mode kind of thing
Okay.
right now. We need to break contact from all of this before, and then we can hope to rescue Cheryl. I think that's our best option right now.
Okay, so you know, at the base of the cliff, there's a lot of stone around. And since you didn't move out from the bottom of the cliff, I think there is some areas that you can kind of get some cover from these huge boulders and everything. So
Gotcha.
you can feel the proximity of masses of these things, like in all the directions. And you do hear occasional, like what might be sniffing almost, and groans and moans and everything, but they don't seem to have your location at this time. But
Yeah.
the
Okay.
more time goes on, the more the masses are
Okay.
coming. So you
The-
can
you s-
you can stay here around these big boulders, but if you do have the occasion of the zombie waterfall, there is a chance. But keeping in mind, that means that the zombie waterfall has to be, part of it has to be from directly right above you, and then as it's
Yeah.
falling down, it doesn't get diverted.
So I guess quick
If
question
that
from the
even
perception
occurs.
checks we have given Paul.
Yes.
Does it sound more like the left of the cliff or the right of the cliff is there a difference? More or less zombies?
At this point, it's sounding like you can't tell because of the sheer numbers at this point.
Gotcha. Oh, you know what? Reed.
Yeah.
Reed, you still have the hand of glory, right? That'll produce a light you can see that nobody else can. Use that.
Oh, yeah.
We do the line behind you. That'll lead us out of here, away from everything. Pick the best direction because it sounds all the same to me.
Okay. I pull out the hand.
No pressure, bud.
Oh.
Our lives are in your hands.
Okay.
With guidance, though.
Okay.
With guidance, though.
But with guidance. To help. No pressure.
So I break out the
Tell
hand,
me.
Paul.
He leans over to Kalandra. There's a little bit of pressure.
You light one of the wicks.
Yeah, I believe it was the thumb. Both by itself.
So,
Yeah.
Paul, what was the power that basically doesn't burn any of the
That was it can provide light to the wielder
that only he
within
can see?
like a 20-foot radius, but you do have to light a flame to light it.
Oh, initially.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, definitely huddle. Like Gaius is huddling over it to block the light, and just kind of
Okay.
like does a little produce flame. Immediately, then puts it out. It's like,
Okay. Gaius, I will have you give me a stealth roll for the lighting of the hand.
ooh, oh no, it should have been someone else.
You're doing the lighting though.
Can you give yourself guidance?
No. Okay,
That's
I
good.
did 22.
That's good.
Nice.
Just do one of these. Cover the sound of the. Yeah, that was me casting the spell. Good.
Elder goes, you know tuberculosis is very bad. Maybe you should have that checked out.
Goddamn it. He leans over. He's like, I'm freaking magic. It'll be fine.
But does
All right. Once it's lit, what do I see?
Okay, you are excited to have the hand lit once more on the thumb. You notice that all the fingers have kind of melted down to the base of the hand, except two of the fingers. There's like one knuckle's worth of fat on two of the fingers up to the first knuckle, and the thumb is
Okay.
untouched at this point. And you're like, awesome. And you look up, and it's actually really, really disturbing, because literally within 15 feet and occasionally sometimes within 10 feet, it's just this mass of the Walking Dead shambling around, like looking. And just from the light of this, they are the valley floor seems to be real tight with them as far as the light reaches.
I mean, it doesn't look like there's any opening for us to get through
At
any of
this
this.
moment, no. Because you guys have been kind of moving but taking your time, and
I'm gonna tell everybody to hide behind some boulders here. Everybody, we need to hide here now. They're everywhere. They're really close. We need to hide behind these boulders. When I see an opening,
Okay.
they'll lead us.
That's not great. Okay.
So, I try to position everyone behind the boulders.
okay, Gaius,
Yes.
you all of a sudden get a ding on your radar of the object coming in your direction from, say, 11 o'clock, very, very fast, getting brighter. And then comes down and then swoops directly up into the air. And after a few moments, it just fades into the distance again. And as it goes up, as it comes down and swoops, there's a loud cry.
Just quietly pass along the information to everyone that, yeah, I'm still getting the ping from Nikita from being on that thing. Apparently silver works real good, if that's a thing you guys...
I don't have silver, but I have the deck collector.
You have the what? Oh, yeah, you have the deck collector.
My knife.
Do any of us have, like, pieces of silver, money-wise? Or is it just gold?
I think I only have silver at the moment.
I was going to say, guys like, yeah, who doesn't just carry around silver with them?
Paul, I'm looking for any openings. If it looks
Yep.
like there's an opening, I'll start
Every
to lead
now
us
and
out.
then, it looks like there might be a bit of a break, but it's only about 5 to 10 to 15 feet, because it's more like a wedge opening, and then like it gets filled in again. There's periodic openings that you're like, oh, there, but then it immediately gets filled in, and what you realize is this is just from the movement of the Walking Dead. It's not actually a path or anything. It's just these small little gaps in the intertwining of these moving bodies.
Do they look like they're going somewhere, or do they just look like they're just here wandering aimlessly?
No,
looking
they
around?
look like they have a purpose. It's like they're looking.
I mean, are they like going in one direction though, like left to righty type thing, or right? To
No,
left?
they're going in different directions, but it's kind of like,
Yeah. I whisper real low to whoever's next to me, like, they're all hanging out, looking like they're looking for us.
Okay, so they might be taking direction from the thing above. I could try drawing them off with the spell. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I don't have any spells.
If it wouldn't
let's-
connect right to me, dancing lights could probably be a good distraction, but they'd see where they came from.
You could
would they?
you could cast them at a distance if you want.
Okay, do we want to try that?
Definitely yes. I could.
Okay.
How far away can you cast that?
120 feet.
Cool.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Gonna go way the fuck away from us.
Okay, tell me what you cast and where, roughly 120 feet away. Like,
So-
are they low? Are they at head level? Are they above head level? Are they
We're
all
gonna
together?
say-
Are they spread out?
We're gonna say above head level. They will be spread out. Going to have them sort of encircle
Okay.
the masses a little bit, detract them further away, as to the range point they can go.
Okay. Like straight out from you from the cliff? Okay.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
GTFO.
Okay, so in a circular shape, a particular color, a bunch of different colors, or
Oh yeah, a bunch of different colors:
okay,
yellow, purple, and white. We'll say.
okay. So you see this ring of little balls of flame way out, and the first thing you notice is the masses of shapes moving. It's like the ground is covered in insects that are just moving everywhere, except they're humanoid size. And once this occurs, a bunch of them start kind of climbing up over each other and swiping at these things.
Yes, good.
Reed, you notice there does appear to be some around you that do kind of notice and start heading off that direction. We'll say probably about 20% of the ones around your initial area, but that still leaves quite a few.
Can't you do
Yeah.
make a sound go over there or something? Or Eldrin?
Yes. So in the similar direction that the lights are,
Mm-hmm.
I use thaumaturgy, and I cast what sounds like whispers in
Okay.
that same direction. See if we can draw more off.
Okay. What's
It's
the range
kind of-
on that?
That's only 30 feet, so I'm
Okay.
going to cast that as far as I can, and
No
I'll
problem.
cast it. And once it starts drawing some off, I'll stop it, and I'm hoping that I'm just creating more of like the inertia for the rest of them to start going toward the lights as well.
Okay. So let me ask you.
Mm-hmm.
There is an overwhelming drone of these moans and groans and everything. Are the whispers louder than that?
I can make it louder.
Okay.
Okay. So there's that. So basically, I can I can create any kind of sound. The whisper, an example is whispers. So basically, I'll make it sound like someone saying, "Hey, it's like over here,
Okay.
30 feet away in that direction."
So 30 feet away, you hear.
Make
What's
it sound like that again. I'll bleed you and leave you for dead. Oh, sorry. I was watching The Predator earlier. Yeah. So, yeah, it's just basically like someone saying, like, "Hey, over here."
Okay, so you hear that, and you see a few additional peel off from around your area, headed in that direction.
I think it's
Watch
working.
it.
If
Let's
I
not
see an
wait
opening,
to find
Paul.
out.
Yep, I will start to lead us.
You're seeing little pathways open up, Reed. None of them are massive,
Right.
but there are ways that are leading you out into the valley area. So everyone give me a stealth roll, please.
All right.
We'll do a group stealth check.
Oh, I get to reroll.
Thank God.
21, bitch.
And then that 20.
Of course. Like true
Halfling
halfling
luck.
luck.
Yes.
Okay.
The
For
highest
those
Great.
bullshit of the party of halflings.
Reed is
makes
holding
mine-
the hand of glory up in the air. You're all kind of crowded around Reed, and you slowly move out there. These things are moving around. Every now and then one seems to get dangerously close, like to you, Kalandra, and even once to Gaius, but they avoid kind of running into you, but they do get pretty close. You're moving and you're getting out there. You get out about 80 feet or so. And what you've noticed is like the movement of these things has closed up the trail behind you, but there is still room to move ahead. So if everyone could give me another stealth roll, please. Normally I'd be giving you advantage for all these different things, but the vast numbers of these things are so massive that I'm going to say that negates that.
No.
Oof, 12.
10.
Gaius is stealthy. I only
Okay.
got an 11 this time.
Okay.
If you go
Sneak
to the
cleric.
necropolis, you're in for a big surprise. If you go to the necropolis, you better go in disguise.
Now's not the
Okay.
time to sing my trumpet.
Sorry.
So you get another about, we'll say about 40 feet or so, weaving in and out of these little openings in the masses. And it's a little hectic, it's a little nerve-wracking. I need everyone to give me an intelligence saving throw, please, because you are literally surrounded by masses of the dead, walking all around every direction of you, and you're basically waiting for little paths to open up as you move. But Trumpet, this is nothing to you. You've dealt with Mamullion. This isn't bothering you at all.
I got a 13.
All of you, it's not a good feeling. It's kind of making your hair stand up on edge, stand up on end, and it's putting you a little on edge, and it's making you really nervous. But you're dealing. You're kind of dealing. Some of you are breathing a little bit faster. Eldred seems to be breathing like almost huffing. And
Eldred has a paper bag.
right. And Gaius will say that Eldred is behind you, and you just feel his hands kind of clamping down on one shoulder and arm.
Ooh,
And you
a
can
strong
even
grip
feel
there,
them
bud.
shaking. Everyone give me another stealth roll, please. You're beginning to get the hang of this, waiting for those openings to open up.
We could do this. Oh, come on.
Okay, it's going to be up to Eldred here. Ooh, 3.
No,
Okay.
No.
no. But the stealth cleric. I didn't even take trickery.
So you go to move, but then, like, Reed notices something start walking in front of him, so he stops. Eldred kind of bumps into the back of Kalandra, who stumbles and falls, and there's a clanking, and there is just a collective, everything freezes around you. And then all of a sudden, all these things kind of turn, and the moaning starts again. And they start right away. We're going to go back to initiative, and we are going to start with Kalandra.
Son of a bitch. Are we going by the same initiative as we had?
Yes.
Okay.
So we'll start with Kalandra, and then it'll be their turn. So, Kalandra, what do?
Do I see anything yet?
Oh, you don't see anything. Oh, you do. You see like masses
Okay.
of these bodies all around you, and now
Oh,
it's
okay.
like most of them have kind of turned, and it's like where they're going, and then immediately masses of them are all turning and kind of focused on you. And you can see they're starting to reach for you and grab, and they're all kind of coming in close as you
Okay.
tripped and the sound of your armor clinked and everything. Because
Crap,
I believe you fell and even said to
Yeah.
Eldred, you have to pay for that. There's no consent. And then you went,
Oh shit. That's very on brand.
guys, how long does
Guidance.
Spiritual Weapon and Spiritual Guardians last?
So, spiritual weapon is gone. Spiritual guardians only last 10 minutes, so that's probably not going on anymore.
Right.
Also, if we were sneaking, I would have turned it off because the zombies would have noticed the field of death just
Right.
around. That would have probably drawn attention.
The boxer short Gaius is going all around you in a circle.
Yep. Nope. Thank you for. I will now make sure I say what they are from this point forward.
See, boys and girls, that's how you go
Right.
about as a DM to help your players to use their imagination.
I'm just going to cast Sacred Flame on the first thing I see. It's a saving throw. Dexterity saving throw.
Okay, a 5. So what's the damage?
7.
Okay.
Radiant.
There is a flash of pink flame that surrounds the head of this thing, and it just and some of the ones around it immediately kind of step back. And the downside is this flame illuminates you in all its glory, there, Kalandra, and which draws even a lot more attention towards you. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
No.
The attacks on you are these reaching claws and a few mouths that are reaching out and chomping down. We have a 4, a 9, a 15,
That passes.
a 19, and a 1.
So 2 of those hit.
Okay, that's 10 points of damage from the two, one bite on your shoulder and one claw. A total of 10 points of damage on you.
Any magical doodads to get us out of this, guys? Jeez.
Reed. 7,
Yes.
I've been killing waves of these things.
A
I don't know what
1,
to tell you, but
a 5, and an 18.
That one hits.
Okay. It claws you for 7 points of damage.
Ow. God, I'm gonna
Gaius,
become aware
a
zombie.
9, a 19, a 2, and a 16.
1 hits.
9 points of damage. A number of them hit Eldred, and he cries out and tries to stifle it, but he's having a hard time with that. But Trumpet, because you're on his back, kind of in a backpack sort of feel, I'm giving disadvantage for you, okay? For the attacks on you.
Balls. Okay.
No, for the attacks on you.
Oh, yay! Good. Not bad.
So a 4, an 8, a 6, and a 6.
And fuck you, none of them hit.
Okay.
And they get in tighter, and now all your exits are cut off. There is just masses of bodies surrounding you.
Son of a bitch.
But Trumpet, none of them hit you, right?
Correct.
Okay, so you don't have to do a concentration on your dancing lights. Is that a concentration spell?
I don't think so. No.
And Reed, it is your turn.
Alright,
Oh, wait,
so-
shit. It is a concentration spell, but none of them hit me anyway.
Right, so you're good this round.
Okay. Well, it only lasted a minute.
Okay, they'd still be up.
It's still going?
Yep.
I mean, does it look like there's a way out of here? Or do I
Not
gotta-
at the
or
moment,
just
no.
fight?
You are surrounded with bodies as far as you can see within the light. And Galandra
Okay.
just cast a flash of pink fire, and a lot of attention has been drawn to you now.
Okay. And it looks like her and Eldred are pretty hurt. All right, I will. I'm right next to Calandra, I guess, so I will try to. I'll get next to her, and with the debt collector, I will attack the zombie that closest to me. I hear that thing. It's a 22.
Okay.
Atmosphere.
Roll your damage.
Do I get sneak attack on that as well?
Yeah, we'll say
Well,
we'll
okay.
say so.
Cool. So I just gotta add my 2d6. So it's 8 plus 9, 17. Actually, I'm sorry, 18.
18?
Because the debt collector adds +1, right?
Yep. Yep. Yeah, plus
So,
2
18.
actually.
No, 19.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Dagger feels good.
And you know it's plus 2 to hit as well, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I got
It kind of stumbles and it gets overrun by the ones behind it. You're not sure if it's dead or not, but these other ones are moving in. Butt Trump. Anything
And
else?
then,
Butt Trumpet, you're on deck. Reed, is there any, what else would
I'm
you
just
like to do?
gonna, if I can, I want to try and get in front of any attacks that hit Calandra, but I know I'm not really good at that, but I will try my best.
No, you
Thank
can.
you.
She's small enough that you can kind of try to maneuver, pulling her. You're all in a tight little clump. You could
Yeah.
probably kind of worm it around if you take an action, especially to get her to kind of swap places with her and push her into the center of the group.
Okay. Well, if I can use, I have cunning action,
Okay.
which allows me to take like a move action. I can do dash. If I can use that to try and maneuver her
Yeah, we'll say that.
behind me or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I will do that.
And what we'll do is, Calandra, give me a dexterity saving throw, please,
All right.
just to make sure that it because you're not expecting this.
Yep.
A 2?
2.
On a scale of 1 to 10, my friend, you're fucked.
I try to move you over. I just push you down. I'm sorry.
Story of Calandra's life.
So
yeah, it's
Calandra is
fine.
lying on the ground at your feet, Reed.
Look
Oh,
out!
jeez. All right. Well, I'm definitely standing over her, like trying to protect her. So
Okay. Anything else?
that's it.
Okay, so we'll say you take a movement to kind of step over her and just kind of take that stance. Okay?
Yep.
Butt Trumpet, is your turn.
Like to try a little Eldritch Blast?
Okay. Go ahead. And I'm going to say take advantage because it's such a mass of bodies.
Woof. 13?
That hits.
Thank God. 9 points of force damage.
Okay.
Woo!
Anything else?
Debated moving, but since this puts me at a pretty good place of protection, I think I'm good. I'm good. My turn's
Okay.
done.
Behind your shoulder, you see Jack open up his eyes, open up his mouth, and a little burst of flame shoots down and sets one of them on fire.
Woo!
Go, Jack.
All right. I set up for a high five on one of his leaves.
It kind of wraps its little vine around you, and you can tell it's kind of trembling.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
And
You're
as the
doing good.
one that's burning kind of gets overrun by others. But you can still see the burning beneath some of them. Anything else you'd like to do? Gaius, you're on deck.
I'm good.
Gaius.
All right, this is not sustainable. We need to keep moving as a group. Ike, Bacchus, give me strength. Send some help if you got it. And once again, it's going to cast Spirit Guardians. And they, liquid purple, seeps from the ground in the form of Bakken bouncers with their t-shirts rolled up in a circle forming around and begin just
Bouncing
curb
around.
stomping, punching, throwing zombies out of the way. And
Some of them have earrings. Some of them have band arm tattoos.
yeah, so like, their favorite bard tattoo, bard t-shirts on or whatever. And
You notice one of them has a tattoo with a big heart that says the Beastie Bards.
oh, it's please got a heart. It's mom's tattooed on there. It's
You see another one that says my friend's mom.
yeah. So as my
Guys.
action, I'm gonna cast that around. It's 15 feet around me.
Okay.
I'm scooping up whoever's on the ground, and I'm as a group. Basically, I'm my bouncers, and we're just trying to push ourselves out of this mass. And he's
Okay.
trying to get everyone with him.
So
what is-
what is the save?
So it's a wisdom saving throw 16.
Okay. And what's the damage?
That I roll. Let's see.
Because it's such a huge mass, what I'm doing is I'm
Yeah.
kind of doing one roll, and I rolled a 12. So
Oh, yeah. So they're all going to take 11 radiant bouncer damage.
okay.
So they're just
They take
like,
11 bouncing
one knocks
bouncer
two
damage.
zombies' heads into each other and they fall over. Another one picks them up, throws them over the crowd.
You're
And
not
just,
on the list.
Yeah. No, one turns around and it's like, no ticket. And
You see some of the zombies get thrown, and then they crowd surf until they get swallowed up.
yeah.
One of them
So,
takes
yeah,
a
that's-
hand stamp and jabs it in the eye.
Yeah, so basically, I don't know how you want to work this, Paul, because of like the way initiative works, but
Right.
because I got a 15-foot bubble around me, Gaius is basically just trying to encourage the party and move the party as like one big unit,
Okay.
like with the force, the bubble basically keeping the things at bay as best we can
Okay.
as we move. I don't know how you
What's
want
the
to.
radius again?
15 feet around.
Okay.
So
What I'm going to say is this. Because you have different movement and the idea of moving all together, when
Yeah.
these things happen, as long as what I'm going to do is this. I am
Yeah.
going to roll one saving throw. If it's a fail,
Mhm.
everything in the radius will fail their save. If it's a
Gotcha.
success, I will then roll a percentage to see how many there's a success. Is that okay with you?
yeah, it's fine. Like I said, it's like
Because there's no
usually
way
the
it's a
fifth-
total success if I roll a success.
Correct. Yeah. Usually, like, so even if they fail, they still take half damage. So
Right.
that's the way it's spelled, either full or half. So that's
we'll
fine,
do it
Paul, if
like
you want to
that.
roll like that.
Yeah. And
basically,
because there's
like,
just
I wanna-
such numbers, it'll be easier this
Yeah.
way.
And Gaius realizing this is coordinating the party to move as a unit, like back to back, basically, and just kind of like shuffle as quick
Okay.
as we can.
So you
Like,
can move
out-
when these things fail their save. We'll say you can move
Yeah.
as a group 10 feet.
All right.
Okay, because
you
it's
wanna work it.
coordinating everyone in order to get
Yeah.
that 10 feet.
That's fine. Like I said, because the way the thing works, it's like every step Gaius takes, he's technically might be murdering more of them. Because it's
Okay.
when they enter his bubble. So I don't like 10 feet works because I'm clearing out, where I start to where I end footage of undead.
No problem. You hear
Let's-
a whooshing and a flapping of wings overhead, which now seems to be kind of circling your general area. and every now and then you pick up this dwarven accent kind of cursing periodically.
Oh, hey, anyone with range, when they get, I'll warn you when they get close, and maybe we could try, I don't know, firing off at them.
Cool.
With my bow? Sure.
Bow. Not fireball, because Nikita's up there, but pretty much anything else.
Yeah.
It's tempting, though. It's tempting for the fireball, though. Because if
It's
I
hella
get there
tempting,
soon
but that's a
enough, I can
special
fix it.
occasion.
Yeah. Like, if it drops Nikita, you fireball the hell out of that thing.
100%.
Oh, so silver worked, so this thing's undead. So radiant damage, it should have, like, having this discussion as we're just fighting a horde of zombies. So they should have,
I don't
radiant
think your
damage
discussion
good.
would be quite so calm there, Gaius.
Yeah, what's that? Also, I also don't want to blow out my microphone by, like, screaming, hit it with radiant damage and fire!
Also, if we could just sneak up behind it and jam a piece of silver up the creature's ass, that would also be helpful. Just something I'm kicking around here.
Just a sack of nickels, just beat it to death with
Right up
that.
his ass.
Element of surprise.
Kalandra, you know that there's a section of third floor that would fit perfectly into.
Totally,
Guys, is
totally
there-
something on offer.
Eldred, is there anything else you'd like to do?
Well. Oh, hello,
Gaius?
my name's Eldred. No, sorry, yeah. You meant Gaius, right?
Yes, I'm sorry. He's on
That's
deck.
like, yeah, this is what Eldred sounds like, in case anyone's curious. No,
To quote Gaius the cleric, no.
you don't like it either, huh? Okay. So, no, yeah. There's no, how is Kalandra looking? Health-wise?
She is crumpled up beneath Reed, not looking real great, covered in scratches, and seems to have a chunk of flesh missing from her shoulder. Like a big bite mark.
Yeah.
She's gonna turn into a were-zombie.
That's not how that works. 16 healing.
Oh shit!
Zap.
Thank you.
Couple skin
Yeah.
cells reform.
It's a Gaius takes out a wine balloon, which is like a water balloon but filled with wine, and just hits her with it, and then heals her for 16. Healing word,
Usually-
go.
Usually it just stains.
Yeah, it's but it
it's-
seeps into the skin, not leaving a stain.
Like,
So you get
Like
splashed
Thursday
with
nights.
this fluid
Yeah.
there, Kalandra,
It's not a fluid. It is very, very much wine, holy
which
wine,
is a fluid.
a Zinfandel,
liquid.
if you will.
Yes,
Yeah.
a grape flavored, a Zinfandel flavored component.
Yes, you just got Zinfandeled. Anyway, yeah, that's my turn. So, bonus action, we're moving. That's his.
Eldred puts out his hands, and you have seen him cast Burning Hands before. You have never seen them like this before because because he's shaking so much. They has this weird,
Real pretty.
yeah.
Just, it's waves of burning fire.
And then he quickly grabs your shoulder again, Gaius, and you feel like
Ow.
the fingers are still hot.
It's like, dude, you got a grip for a wizard.
You hear behind you, fuck. Gaius,
Yeah.
can you do your thing? This is you, right?
I did it up there. I'm doing it now.
Okay. What about her? And Kalandra, it's your turn.
I mean, she could definitely make them run away at the very least. Maybe not blow them up.
Oh, I was just gonna I can do turn undead, and I was just gonna try to do that.
Okay, what's the saving throw that they need to hit?
15.
Okay. So, and what is the symbol of Hadoni that you hold up?
What?
We know what
What is
symbol
the
of
ultimate
Hadoni it is.
We all turn to look at Calandra like, what's this?
Even the zombies stop and like cock their head. Like, what the fuck?
Crazy.
It's just the holy symbol from my bag that I'm not going to describe in too much detail.
Okay.
Cylindrical in nature.
So
Because I know that my son is watching.
Calandra stands up
Thank you.
onto her knees, basically, holds up something overhead. Reed kind of goes, "Oh my god!" and swings it around,
know they
and and you see a bunch of these zombies like go wide-eyed and like turn and try to flee through the crowds, climbing over them in all directions. There's a few that just kind of seem mesmerized by it. Like,
Anyone play the game Saints Row?
what was that?
Anyone play the video game Saints Row?
Yeah.
Get to chase after people with implements.
hmm
So
But
anyway,
a lot of these things turn and try to flee. And
intimidating.
I'm going to say that Gaius, you can move everyone another 10 feet at this point.
Yeah.
You know, utilizing Calandra's movement for the group.
Gotcha.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to do, Calandra?
No.
That was awesome, by the way. Okay, is their turn now. Okay, Reed. So a 12, a 1, a 4, and an 18.
18 hits.
Okay. 9 points of damage. Okay.
I am going to use. I have dodge,
Okay.
which I always forget about. Uncanny dodge.
Okay, so
So as long as I can see them hit me with an attack once, I could do this one reaction once per turn. It causes half damage. Yes.
4 points of damage. Butt
You
trumpet.
did the thing.
yes.
Once again, because of where you are, you're going to get disadvantage. A natural 1, a 6, a 2, and a 13.
Balls.
Oh, that hits?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got really low AC.
5 points of damage.
Alright.
Gaius.
Yes.
Back to the single die. 11.
Nope.
11. 18. 21.
2 hits.
So 7 points of damage. And 9 points of damage. And do you have any concentration spells up? Spirit Guardians is concentration, right?
It is. Constitution saving throw.
Yes, please.
17. It is still up and running.
You're good. Eldred. Okay, a couple of them get a hold of his arm and are trying to pull him into them. Calandra, 11, 3, 8, and 2.
1 hits.
4 points of damage. Okay, these things are just scraping and reaching, and as a bunch disappeared, a whole nother bout of them came back in. So, Reed, it is your turn.
Okay. I will. I'm obviously moving if Gaius is trying to move us all. And,
Okay.
I will attack if I can. For a total of 23.
Okay. Definitely hits.
Am I still next to somebody like for sneak attack? or
Yep,
no?
absolutely.
Awesome.
You guys are all very tight together.
Sweet.
So that is a total of 17.
Okay. You see the thing kind of go down to one knee and then just gets overrun by others.
We're
Anything
not doing
else?
much to stop them here. No, I just say to Calandro, do that thing again.
Dude, I'd love to. I think I need a nap first.
Jeez.
Butt trumpet.
I'm gonna twin firebolt this time.
Okay. We'll have you roll once for both of them.
Yep.
Or you can roll two separate. It's up to you.
No, it's okay. I'll roll the once. Can I still do advantage
Yep.
due to the multitude?
Yep.
Woof. Does an 11 hit?
Absolutely.
Oh, thank God. 13 points of fire damage.
Okay. Two separate ones. They get it in the face, and their hair, what's left of their hair, kind of ignites. Is there anything else you'd like to do from your little papoose?
I'm good, thanks.
Okay. Jack blows out another range of fire on one of them. He's just trembling up a storm there. And Gaius, it is your turn.
Okay. Is that zombie still got a hold of Eldred?
There's a couple of them who do right now. And
Okay.
they're pulling
well,
on his
I
robe.
guess should I be rolling damage for all these things coming in and out? I know we're kind of doing a running battle with this.
Give me 2 rounds of damage.
All right.
We've got 2 fails.
1, 2. So we got 15 damage and 12 damage.
Okay.
And then, so that's just going on. I still have my action and
Right.
bonus action.
Right.
So is Eldred still being held, or is he?
He just got grabbed, and they're trying to pull him into their masses.
Okay, so that's still happening.
Yeah.
Okay. So, spiritual weapons gonna get cast.
Okay.
Right at the general air, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, 16 to hit,
Definitely hits.
for 7 force damage, as a chainsaw comes down and lops the hands off of the zombie grabbing Eldred.
Okay. There's
May
3
not
of them
kill it,
doing it.
just-
so you got
okay, well,
one of
the
them totally
hands-
off.
Okay, and
Okay.
then I just hit one in the face with my warhammer as my action.
Okay, go ahead and roll. Okay, I'm going to roll the second one. Oh, shit. Another natural 20, so hold on.
Really glad this happened to a random zombie in the horde. Alright, Bacchus, guide my hand. Huh?
Okay, so you hit it with your hammer?
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the type of damage that your hammer does? What die?
It does a D8.
Okay, add a d8 to your damage.
Okay.
And once you tell me what the damage is, I'll tell you what else happens.
Oh, sorry. So, alright, 11 plus, so 17 it looks like, is
Okay.
with the,
You kind of swing almost like a golf club with your hammer, and the thing that was holding on to Eldred, kind of part of his robes rip, but you see the body just go into the air, land amongst the crowd of these zombies, and just kind of get swallowed up. But it was
I was gonna
limp
say,
as it
just
was flying through the air.
just explodes in there for some
Yeah.
reason. We're like, huh, that's not how
Exactly.
that works at all. Or,
Anything else you'd like to do?
so action, bonus action, and obviously moving the party forward.
Yeah, I'm taking that into account. I'm just assuming you're moving
I know
10
it's,
feet every
it's
option.
this kind of like running battle thing. So basically, anytime something enters or it's my turn,
Right.
they gotta do wisdom saving.
Right.
No.
Okay, is that it?
Yeah. So we've been moving. Have we been making decent headway? Do we see?
I wouldn't
like, an
say
end to
decent,
the-
but you are making progress.
So,
And
like,
you especially can't tell because it's just black all around. You've got
Gotcha.
you've got Jack's light now. He continue to hear that flapping and gliding overhead. You know you've been moving. You just can't really tell if you're making headway.
If I was to say, since I can see, if I get by Gaius, would that be of any use? Since,
Yeah, I mean,
you know.
If someone
Yeah,
holds you
I
up, you'll have
think-
much better view.
yeah, I'll hold you up, and then all of a sudden that thing swoops down, and
Right.
got two little
Snatches
people
me up
fucking
as a
clicked
snake.
away.
Yeah. Yep.
But yes, Paul, that is my turn. So
Okay, very good. Eldred sets off his hands again. Part of his robes catch fire, as well as the last one that was holding on to him, that gives out this moaning scream as it falls back into the crowd, and then just kind of seems to huddle up against you guys, like, and you can feel him trembling. And that's his movement. Kalandra, it is your turn again.
I was gonna say, if I can move closer to Gaius so that I can actually, see, since he can't.
Okay, you can
I
climb
can't.
up the other side of guys. You got
Yep, what the
Eldred.
hell?
Eldred on one side of him, practically under his arm. Butt Trumpet and Jack on his back, but the other side is pretty free. So,
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'll do that. Why not?
guys is very popular.
I'm.
He's going to be very popular.
It's kind of what I do.
Playing
Sacred Flame.
dexterity. Yeah,
Okay.
dexterity.
Okay, they rolled a 19.
Oh, then they win.
So, Gaius, what you hear is the swooping of air, and that thing comes down low as Kalandra's up around you, and as it swoops in over the crowd, you see the rider hold up this black rod that's probably about 5 feet wide. It lets its eyes flare bright green, and you see all of a sudden a bunch of these zombies surrounding you all of a sudden seem to become frenzied, and they just rush in, as many of them as rush in as possible, and they're climbing over each other and climbing on all over all of you, so there's going to be even more attacks.
How close did it get when it did that?
It was probably about 15 feet. We'll say that you see Nikita is still beneath it, and you see that Nikita is trying to struggle to free herself.
Yeah.
But the one claw seems to be right, like, around, like, the clavicle and throat area, and the other one has an arm. So we have a 7 saving throw. So before I start doing that, give me a damage.
When that thing swoops down, Paul, do any of us get a chance to do anything?
Only Gaius, because he's the one who has the perception to recognize it.
So if I do get an action, could I cast a spell and see if it? Or can-
If you would be I will let you do that, but you will be using your next turn's action.
So as I see it flying down and doing all this magic bullshit, I go, hey, you know what? No. And cast Dispel Magic at it.
Okay, so you're casting it at what's the target?
So it looks like it's using that staff, right?
Mm-hmm.
To cast the spell or whatever. Yeah, I want to cast it at at the caster. Then, because it's casting spells, I'm going to cast Dispel Magic.
It does that. They frenzy for a moment, and then they go back to their normal shambling. It takes hold for a brief second, but it then drops.
Come fight me, bro.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Oh, it's better than than just flying down. Do I have it? I don't have silver anything. It's like, guys just like look around. He's like, silver dagger. This is shit. Puts that back in his pocket.
You hear a horn in the distance, and then you hear it. The spellcasters in the group recognize this sound, this voice, as sounding magically amplified, and you just hear, "Halt! Stand down!" And like you notice all around you, as far as the eye can see, Reed, within your light, and Calandra and Butt Trumpet within your sight line, the creatures all stop and kind of look at each other, and look at the group of you, and look at each other, and then some of them start moving back.
Yeah. One of my bouncers just punches one in the face and just like, we not doing this anymore?
We'll say that one drops. And they don't, it's like they don't even notice. And this circle around you of like 30 feet circumference clears. And then you see a path open up. Starting in the distance, Calandra and Butt Trumpet, you notice, and Reed even, you notice a little bit, this path opening up, and as it gets closer, it opens up. It's like a 20-foot path towards the clearing around you. And Gaius will say that as it gets closer, you see these two little fires coming towards you. And eventually, after about 10 minutes, it opens up and you see the first thing that enters the ring clearing around you are these large humanoid. The skin looks so deteriorated, and you don't know if it's infected or bruised or what. It's like a greenish purple color of the skin, and they've got these eyes that are completely black, and these sharp teeth and tongues that come out and are forked at the end and just kind of licking around. And they're almost animal-like in the way they're crawling and standing, and they part the ways, and then this creature on a horse that as it gets closer you can see is rotting as it moves, slowly enters into the clearing. This horse that obviously is dead, and on its back,
I had one of those.
and initially you think it's a zombie, but you can tell it was once dressed in finery, but the finery has kind of really age and time has taken its toll on it. It's got this wide brim hat, these little spectacles. Its face is part skull, part dripping flesh. The rib cage beneath a tattered old rotten vest. There are just the remnants of what you think at first might be bits of leather, but then as it gets closer you figure these things were probably once organs, just kind of hanging down. And it has long hair of like a grayish blonde, but more gray than blonde, a goatee, and these little spectacles. And it comes forth, and it takes a little wand that was in his hand and puts it to its throat, and it's this magically loud voice comes out and says, "You know the rules. It has been a long time, but you should not forget the rules.
I whisper to whoever's right next to me. I don't know the rules.
This
Shut up, I don't think
is
he's talking
not
about us.
for you. And they all kind of look at each other and they kind of take a half step back. And these humanoid creatures that are kind of like these greenish, covered in these greenish bruises, just kind of go around the circle, kind of staring down all the walking dead and keeping them at distance, and the horse takes steps in closer and says, "And who might you be?"
Fuck.
Hail and well met, Lord. I am Bacchus, cleric of... Wait. Gaius, cleric of Bacchus. Sorry. Your people here are a little, intimidating and distracting.
Guys, give
Myself
me a
and my
perception
party.
check.
Oh, okay. Perception. 26?
You hear a cry from up above, followed by a screech. And then about 5 seconds later, you hear a whooshing sound. And not too far from you, off to the side, something crashes into the ground in a clanking of metal.
One moment as Gaius runs over to, I'm assuming, Nikita.
Say, if I'm on his shoulder, I need to jump off so that he can.
Don't forget to chew the good berry. Bite down on the berry.
Before you can move, the figure on the
We've
horse
trained for
says,
this.
"Stand your ground. There will be time enough for that."
Okay.
And you just see Nikita's form laying there in a heap.
Does she look alive at least?
Give me a perception check, please.
This is so great, you guys.
14?
You're not sure.
Okay.
Oh fuck.
How far away is she?
Probably about 30 feet.
Yeah. I just throw
20 feet. Sorry, 20 feet.
That's fine. Both work. I throw healing word at her
Okay.
for 11 points of healing.
Okay.
So,
You see her body shake. You hear the intake of breath with a rattle. An outpouring of a jagged breath. And this very, very weak, you hear placebo.
placebo. What the hell? Anyway,
She been through it.
yeah. Okay, so Nikita's alive. Good. Don't worry. I take care of the rest later. Yes. Hail and well met, kind lord. I'm Gaius, cleric of Bacchus, and these are my friends traversing through the necropolis, trying to go from one side of town to the other.
There are many towns within the necropolis.
Oh, I meant one side of 7 rivers to the other. The big town, the city outside.
Up around, you hear like a moaning and the occasional breaking of things. You hear 7 rivers from a couple areas.
Yeah.
And the
yes,
figure
the 7 rivers.
says 7 rivers.
Yeah.
What is a 7 rivers?
Interesting. So, outside of the necropolis proper, there's a big city.
So there
Outside
are
of the gates.
others like you.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of people. There's a whole bunch of people everywhere. Really, outside. I've found them underground, across rivers and oceans and whatnot.
How do
Lousy,
you
lousy with the
find
place.
yourself in our home?
If
Well,
I may, if
oh
I
yeah, go
may,
right
I'd
ahead,
like
Butt
to.
Trumpet, please.
I climb out and I bow before the creature. My lord, I was once a servant of the wizard Mamulian, and also to Alistair, if the names are familiar. We greatly apologize for any disruption to your realm. Our business is not here through a betrayal we did not foresee from someone who was not meant to be with our party. Uh, they caused the noise that awakened this horde and your people. We meant no disturbance to you. Our only business and intention was to pass through here as we got to another part of the Seven Rivers, as this is the only way through. We are not welcoming other people to intrude in our land or to disrupt the way things are or to interfere with anything of yours. We merely intended for quiet, safe passage through. We understand that that is not what transpired. It was fully unanticipated, unplanned, not meant by any members of the party here, especially not our friend that was, shall we say, picked up by your steed.
Okay, you recognize that this is not the thing that was flying on the winged thing.
Oh, apologies. That was dropped recently.
You hear a murmuring around the crowd of like, horde, horde. The figure looks at you and kind of takes a moment to take you in, Butt Trumpet. And eventually says, Alistair Mamulian. I have not heard those names in ages. Do you tell me that they still live?
Actually, great lord, I do not know. They have since disappeared recently. Over the last few months, I know not of their whereabouts. I am hoping that Alistair at least lives still, but I have received no confirmation and no indication that I can be sure of.
And how do you, who has blood flowing through your form, how do you find yourself here from the outside world? What way did you go to gain entrance to our realm?
What way did we go?
We came through the iron wall.
You hear like a hissing and a huge collective intake of breath surrounding you from these creatures. And then you hear Iron Wall. And then you see this figures kind of say, Quiet. The Iron Wall, you say. How did you gain entrance through the wall? You, little one, who is not blue.
We had a way, but it closed
What
behind
way?
us. Guys?
Tulio, tell him.
Sadly,
I turned to read lips.
yeah. Sadly, it was a secret passage sealed by magic that has since shut, and the magic is so great that probably we're not able to open it again because we had a item that has since been all used up. It was a consumable. Magic
So how do you plan on leaving our realm?
Through the
So
other side.
going further east to the far east side, there were clues and indications that we could get to the east side of Seven Rivers that away.
You hear. At first, you think it might be choking on its own
It's probably that.
bones or bile or whatever, and then you realize that it's laughing. And eventually, the laughing subsides and says, "There is no exit to the east. You are now strangers in our realm. But where are my manners? You should seek audience with my lord, the Cold Keeper. He will decide what to do with you as he rules these upper realms for the Pale King. He will decide what to do with you."
I mean, that sounds reasonable if he's in charge around here. We've worked with other lords before.
Good. You notice that
This guy's like turns to look around the rest of the party. He's like,
you notice this guy's head seems to have a glow about it that's not dissimilar from Jack. It seems to emanate from the eyes, but the hair seems to kind of take on this glow, and it's mostly around the head. The large brimmed hat that looks very like it may have once been very fashionable, but has been so moth-eaten and tattered and old, you're surprised it can still hold its shape. Spurs the horse a few steps closer, leans down to you all and says, "I will take you to the Cold Keeper. You have a choice.
okay.
All right.
Do as you are told. Follow closely. Stragglers, I will have no control over. The other members of our realm. And let me tell you, you are the sort of dining that they have not enjoyed for millennium.
God damn it! This isn't what I meant when I said it was a snack.
Well, we gotta be more specific next time.
I'm sorry.
So do you understand?
Yes.
Sir, Daddy.
Crystal clear.
Why'd you gotta make it weirder than it is?
Why now?
I'm sorry. I
You
can't.
just had the snack. You just had the snack talk.
Looks down at you,
Even
Kalandra, and
when I'm
says,
nervous.
"Oh, if I had met you when I actually had flowing blood and organs."
Ooh.
Turns and says, "Follow close. I will not
Yeah.
tell you a second time."
Gotcha.
Yeah. Gaius goes and scoops up Nikita.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's breathing rather ragged, but she's breathing, and she feels like she can walk, but it's going to be slow, so picking her up might be a better thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys scoops
Eldrin
her up and
helps
then
you.
casts Cure Wounds on her
Okay.
while he does it for 15 healing. Life Cleric. It's literally the thing I'm built for.
Okay, so we're going to say...
And then he takes a handful of berries and like, here, eat these.
Okay.
Not the time.
We are going to say, unless you tell me otherwise, that all of you are following in line behind this figure on his horse.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
He takes you slowly. It takes a long time. Kind of going back the way you came. The greenish skinned figures, there's a total of 5 of them. One goes ahead of him, and the last 4 of them, 2 of them are at the either side of the rear flanks of his horse, and 2 bring up the rear behind your group. What you find is this mass of the Walking Dead, many of them, not all of them because it'd be impossible to move, but they just have eyes kind of on you. And it's kind of like there's some movement, but it's almost like going down a corridor cut out from masses of beings. And you can tell that there is some movement in there, but it's kind of like people going to the head of the line, waiting to get their turn to see you past. And these things just kind of are staring at you with these milky white eyes, these mouths that are hanging open, some of them not fully connected, some of them not even having a lower jaw, but just kind of organs hanging out, eyes missing, some missing limbs, just kind of, you can feel their gaze on you as you walk. This figure leads you. It takes a couple hours. Gaius, I'm going to say with your passive perception, you do notice that this figure takes a wide berth from the red sand lands of the necropolis that you found yourself in for that short while.
Yeah, was that where we dealt with the big skeleton abomination thing?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
Reed's friend.
Yeah. Yeah, the skeleton coat rack looking thing.
Right. So you go a few hours. It takes you practically back to the way you came in, except way further back, you have the feeling. And there is a large mausoleum with massive steps in the front and a large opening where the gates have been flung open. And he goes up those steps into this mausoleum, and you see him take the wand that he has, points it forward, slowly moves it to the side, and this large, you're not sure if it's an altar or a stone casket, it slides to the side. You see that behind it was a second one that slid with it, and there is this massive stone stairway that goes down into the ground. And he leads you down these steps that go down and down and down, and occasionally they eventually become this very large diameter circular stairwell that goes down. You're constantly curving, and you go down these for about a half hour. And it opens up into another level. There was a doorway that was open that you passed by. And from deep within it, Gaius, you heard crying and screaming. but it was, you're not 100% sure it was human or humanoid even, but it could have possibly been. You're not sure what made those sounds, but it kind of made the hairs stand up on your arms. It was very much in the distance, but then you go down to a lower level and you're in another level of the necropolis. And there are high ceilings, but they are not as high as that first level that you came into. There are points where you can actually see the ceiling with these stalactites and everything hanging down. And there are bats flying around. And you go for about a half hour until you come across an area that you see up ahead. There is light glowing in the distance ahead of you, but it seems to be obscured by a few things. It seems to be this reddish, goldish orange light that is radiating in like different directions, but there's obviously something blocking the way it comes out. And you go for about another 45 minutes until you reach that area. And as you are going, there are just rows of mausoleums. You are going down what looks like a gravel road. And on either side, as far as your light will allow you to see, or your vision will allow you to see, are just rows upon rows of mausoleums. Some of them, the architecture style, the vast majority of them, as a matter of fact, the architecture style you have never seen before. These are very strange. They're fluid and jagged at the same time. There's really not a way to describe it in any way that makes sense to what you know. And amongst these things, these mausoleums, you just see forms of figures walking forward and just stopping at the edge of your light, watching, and you hear the movement, but they make no sound. But they are humanoid figures that are just on the edge of your light and vision. And there's hundreds of them. And you eventually come to where the ground ahead of you opens up. And there is, before you is this large, there are 4 giant pillars, stairs leading up to this platform in which there is this glowing pyre of stone and metal that has this unnatural looking flame. It's like a reddish flame that is tinged with gold on the tips. It's like an ever-burning flame. You see no fuel. It just is burning. There are 4 pillars around it and a roof with this strange kind of roof that is very similar to the mausoleums all around you. Behind it, there is just a layer of flagstone, and in the middle of it is a pile of what looks like armor and weapons, and mixed in with that are these writhing bodies of the dead, that some of them are impaled on these weapons and these spikes, and it's just this giant pile or pyre in the middle of that area. And behind it is a giant mausoleum of a different style with a huge dome in the ceiling that looks almost like it's made of glass. And there is light dancing around on the inside of that dome as you move forward. And the figure brings you ever forward, stops on this side of the pyre, and says, "Tell the Cold Keeper, strangers have entered the realm. Fresh, living blood flows within their undamaged skin. Light shines from their eyes. They come to seek your judgment." And then this figure on the horse turns his horse around, goes off to the sides, and the greenish skinned beings just kind of slither off to kind of 4 points around you. And eventually, through the pyre, you can see shadows from within that mausoleum come forth. The first
Cool, Amber,
ones you
just kinda
see do not look humanoid. They look more animal-like. They are walking on all fours, and they are stocky. And what comes out looks like large, giant cats that are missing big chunks of flesh. You can see the skeletal body beneath the patches of fur. Heads the size of Gaius's shield. And they take up points on either side of the top of the steps. You see these two armored figures in black armor that is very unusual armor. There's a lot of fluidity and swirls at the corners. That the boots come to very sharp points, but the points kind of come out at a degree. Their helmets are black, and you just see light glowing out from within the eye holes. They take up stance behind the two cats. And then stepping forth, it's at first a little surprising because this figure is thin and not as tall as you were expecting. They have a body type very similar to Vivalda. They're very thin and sinewy, and the face looks like a very trim and gaunt face. Almost like the shape of the skull, but the flesh upon these bones are the white of, like, they're ghostly white. The eyes are black with little pinpoints of yellow within the black. Almost like it's shining through the black of the orbs of the eye. Long white hair that flows behind it ragged. It stands at the top of the stairs. You see a massive sword on its back. It too wears armor, but not of the plate variety like the two figures that first came out. This is a lot more, it looks more flexible. It looks lighter. It looks delicate, but it's still black and dangerous looking with these sharp edges and these points. The figure that brought you down says, "Cold Keeper, after many long years, you were right. Visitors from the living world have made their way in." And you see a smile appear on this figure's face. A smile that seems to go far wider and longer than it should be normal. You see
Oh, we made him really happy.
teeth that are not so much white as translucent and needle-like. He steps down the stairs, makes a clicking sound with his mouth, and that massive pile of armor and writhing bodies and weapons on the other side of the fire stands up and is about 15 to 18 feet tall and huge. And these writhing bodies are upon the spikes and weapons upon its back that cry out in the movement. And it takes a stance. And this live, thin and wiry figure stands up beside it, goes around the pyre, and this massive thing follows behind it at about 10 feet. Comes up to about within 10 to 15 feet of you and says, "The world of the living. How did you get through the wall?"
Magic.
I mean, hello, Gaius. Pleasure to meet you, Cold Keeper, friends and compatriots. Once again, there was a secret entrance in the cold wall, or in the iron wall, that we used to get through.
There is a door. Where is this door?
I mean, it's hard to describe. I guess we gotta be there, probably, to locate it.
Take us.
I mean, yeah, I guess we could. Well, why do you want to leave? Seems like you guys got a pretty sweet place here.
Did I say we wanted to leave?
No, actually. Did you just want to secure it or something?
Where is this door?
Not far from past the entrance into the mausoleum that led us to you. Actually, as we were being led, it drew us rather close to the way we entered here.
So, the far western area of the Iron Wall, you say? Why are you here?
We were, I guess, misled. We were told that going through the necropolis could get us from the west to the east side of Seven Rivers. We have business over there. I don't know if you're aware of what's happening in that giant hole in the ground right now.
What is Seven Rivers?
Oh, that's right. Okay. I guess context-wise, are you aware of the Witch Wars? We'll start there.
I have heard of them. It was the witches who awoken us.
Ah. Okay. Good. Good to know. So that particular war had left some kind of nastiness and damage on a city that's kind of like out on the other side of the Iron Wall, right? And it's causing a whole bunch of stuff to happen, like bad stuff, like twisted, mutated creatures and whatnot are kind of running amok. There's a plague. It's all very terrible.
There is access to the outside world from the other side of the wall.
One might say you are in a part of Seven Rivers in some way. One might
Yes,
say
we
the
remember.
necropolis is in it.
Yeah. Actually, one of the more spacious parts.
Before
real estate
you
here.
Yeah.
went through the wall, did you come down the staircase?
No.
No.
Then how did you enter the necropolis from the other
It's a
side of the
staircase.
wall?
That would have been so much easier.
We just So
We
we
created
went
the
to the
door.
wall and found the secret passageway that we were told about, and then used it.
What secret passageway?
The one what Trumpet just talked about
In the
a
wall.
minute or two ago. In the wall, yes, the wall.
But on the other side of the wall. How
Yes.
did you enter the necropolis if you did not take the stairs down into it?
Once again, so you remember the Witch Wars. Those were like, for us, a real long time ago. I'm thinking that outside of the walls, a lot has changed from what you remember, I think.
But how did you gain entrance if not the stairway?
Off table, was this through the door that we made?
We made a hole.
No,
That's
we didn't
Came
make
that's
through
the
it.
iron wall. He's asking before you even got to the iron wall, how did you get into that other section of the necropolis? Is what he's asking.
We went in, right? We went in
Yeah.
through the gates. There was no stairs.
There
No stairs.
are gates that open up into it. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, no stairs. That's
Yeah.
why we were confused.
It is not just a cave.
My lord.
No.
And this secret
The-
door is in the western part of the wall, you say.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes.
Mhm.
Your world is but a fraction of the world that is out there. And it did have a gated entryway into it.
So, now that you have entered our realm, how do you plan to leave? Is it through this secret door?
We were led to believe that there was another way out on the other
the
side
other
of
side.
town. So there
Do you
might be
know
even
where
two.
This is?
We've been trying to find it.
Yeah, we were a little got a little turned around. Like we said, this place is huge, big, impressive.
We were meant to
So-
believe that it was on the far eastern side, I believe.
Interesting.
Unless someone just set us here to get stuck and
I
trapped.
commend you on being forthcoming and wise.
We
Very-
no reason to
very
lie
wise.
to you, sir.
Very wise.
So, what you're telling me is if there is no exit in the eastern wall, you are now members of our realm.
Oh, well, we would go out the way we came in, probably is what the theory would be, yes.
That would be the ideal, is to just go back from whence we came.
Yeah, we had a
We need-
third option, which isn't an option anymore, sadly, due to,
What
No.
was this option?
it was a magic thing. It was a magic item that we don't have anymore, sadly.
Hence the
Traitor.
reason everyone was awakened.
So now that this figure is so much closer to you, the skin upon its bones has almost an iridescence to it. It's almost opalescent. The
So
eyes
pretty.
look almost like smooth black pearls with these tiny fires burning within that shine out through the glass of them. They look very similar in form to the way Vivalda does.
Oh no,
Um,
Calandra's dumb. She's just staring at how pretty. She's like, "You're so pretty."
It's pretty
So
but
stupid.
terrifying at the same time because you know this is not a living being, that their flesh or their skin is hugging their skeletal form all over, and it's this ghostly white pearlescent skin. You
Yeah, so pretty.
have told me information that I have wanted to know for ages.
Oh, glad we
But
could help.
you may not have a way out.
Oh,
So I am at a bit of a problem here.
oh.
I should take you to the Pale King and let him do with you what he wants. He might make you one of us, make you a member of his realm, depending on what you can offer him. He might find you worthless and feed you to his pets. Or he might do worse.
Oh, there's worse. Okay.
That's interesting.
But you mentioned magic,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
you said that you were a cleric.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I am too. Oh, damn it.
Two clerics.
Oh.
Fuck. I'm sorry.
I feel like you've been forthcoming, but I can't be sure. If you
We're
think
part-
you know where this other exit might be, here is what I'm going to do. Because you have been forthcoming, I am going to send one of my minions with you to the eastern parts of the wall, and you can show them where this other door is that you were told is there. If it is there, you may leave. If it is not, you will then meet the Pale King, your god. Is that
Oh, wow, he's-
fair?
I mean, it's pretty fair. So the Pale King's really that powerful, huh? A god? Oh. That's-
Man, that's
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, that's it's totally cool. Totally a deal. Right? Right? The like guys kind of like turn around. Yeah.
I just look at him. I'm like, it's the only. What the fuck else are we gonna do?
Okay,
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Yeah.
so
Good.
there are the two giant cats, which, as players, you recognize as giant tigers that are
Ah.
dead, but
Mm.
still massive and still rather fleet of foot. Come up to either side of this figure, and he bends down and whispers into one of their ears, and then the other. And they turn around and go out the way you came, and he says, they will lead you and keep you safe. I suggest you go now, unless you want to give me a kiss first.
Let's go now.
Eldred's
Well,
down
okay,
the
but-
aisle, like,
Will we be able to stop and rest though? At some point, we're gonna have to rest. Could we rest? Do we need to rest?
We won't do it here.
Okay.
It's a long journey ahead.
He turns
But
around
it's
and
gonna-
stops and turns back and says, "You're still here.
No, we're
We're
leaving. We're
leaving.
gone. We're not here.
Oh, it just.
My offer is being accepted." And he takes a step
That-
forward towards you.
There's nobody left. Everyone's left.
Okay.
There's dust. There's dust. There's cartoon dust clouds.
Like the
where-
red
in the
dust.
shape of us.
Shaped like
There is-
us.
If
Yeah.
Nothing
any
left
of you
of us
look
to speak to.
back as you're leaving, do any of you look back?
Oh, I totally look
No.
I damn it.
If any
You
of you
do,
do,
don't you?
you see
You
this
turn to
figure
salt.
smiling, and
Right?
these,
I'm a big salt pile now.
like it's almost like opalescent glass teeth that are like needles, and it's this wide smile, and behind
Really
him
pretty.
is this massive figure, this giant armored figure with the writhing bodies stabbed on its back, impaled.
You're really
you
pretty. I'll never
travel-
see you again. Bye.
You travel for a few hours. You are getting. Everyone, give me a Constitution save to tell me about exhaustion.
Roly poly. Woo! Alright. 21.
Also 21.
8. I got an
Okay,
8.
Kalandra, you have 1 point of exhaustion.
Okay.
Gaius, roll me a perception check, please.
Oh, 21.
Okay. You notice about an hour in that you're being followed by a live, very fast moving creature that will occasionally jump up on a mausoleum and like crouch rather animalistically and stare after you and then jump down and weave in around in between the mausoleums and is following you but at a distance.
Gotcha.
You've even heard
So-
it sniffing the air. And
Right.
like you even hear the smacking of its lips like it's tasting something. So you travel for a total of about 4 hours in a way that you haven't taken before. You see wandering figures at the limit of your sight anytime one comes even the slightest bit within your sight line. One of the cats lunges in that direction and it's gone. And you get eventually to the easternmost part of the wall, which is very similar to the one you just came in, except there aren't many mausoleums behind it on this side of it. What do? The cats stay at a distance. Gaius, give me a perception check again.
24.
Okay. You see this thing has gotten closer.
Okay.
Okay, but it's still keeping hidden as far as it seems to think. But it's watching you.
Okay.
What do? You're at the wall. You see the easternmost wall of the necropolis that goes back as far as you can see in the darkness. And this wall
Okay.
is there.
Start inspecting it. Like, cast detect magic to see if like there's any like before any kind of like magic or anything like that. Any of the party members could potentially check it out. Let's see what
Eldred's
else.
doing a few things, and he's like, "I'm not finding anything, Gaius."
If I can search, I will. Search
Okay.
around.
Go ahead. Give me an investigation check there, Reed.
Nat 20.
You feel like you have really examined all sorts of areas here, and you have been really thorough. You're not finding anything.
So, as we're walking along the wall, is there any signs of like similar melted rivets as before?
You do not find that, but Reed, with his investigation, where the wall meets the most eastern part of the cave, you notice a section that seems almost kind of rectangular shaped and in an up and down position, a section of stone that just seems a little unnatural. It doesn't seem like a natural formation and almost seems a little too smooth.
Aha. Yeah, let's check that out more. So, is there anything magical about that section?
There is a glow to that.
Yeah, obviously, gather the party around that.
There's a little bit left on the Hand of Glory.
Yeah, let's hold off on doing that, though, because it might not be powerful enough.
The cats kind of keep at a distance. They're letting you work. But they are kind of, you notice, Gaius has noticed and Nikita has noticed that they're staying at very strategic points in case you try to escape or anything. And every now and then, Gaius, you notice that figure seems to try to get in a point where it still keeps hidden, but it can still see what you're doing. You get the feeling of frustration occasionally from it when the group of you kind of gather together and block its view, but it still knows to kind of keep hidden, so it's not letting you recognize what's going on, because it still thinks you have no idea it's there.
Definitely relay that to the party as a thing, just so
Okay.
they're all aware. Well, we still have, not the chalk, but the charcoal piece, potentially.
Eldred
As an
says,
option, but this
our
is this.
chance.
Well, I'm just saying, let's, before we use that, so we have the hand, we have that. Is there anything? So let's remember, what was the other door like? It was magical in nature, right? It wasn't like a code or anything, was there? There was no keyhole or anything like that here.
Reed used the hand.
Oh, hey, he used the hand.
I say we go for the charcoal. I don't think we can linger too long.
I'm game. Let's do this. Gaius just holds his shoulders out. He's like, okay, this is, and then like puts it up to the wall, has a piece of chalk, and like puts marks. He's like, okay, we need it to be that big,
Tape
so I
measure.
don't get left. So I don't get left in here. Yeah, yeah. Shh. There we go. All right. Take out. Who's got the chart? Reed
You
or
do,
me?
actually. You or Reed
yeah.
have it.
Yeah. Sure, I have it.
Okay.
Okay. Doing it this right. And then, zoop.
Roll me a 20-sider, please.
2.
Okay.
Balls.
Yeah.
You draw
We're
the
good.
outline. What else do you do? Anything?
The doorknob?
Yeah. A doorknob and hinges.
Okay. Draw the doorknob, and you see a doorknob kind of appear.
Yeah.
What do you
Yep.
do?
And hinges. Oh. Okay. So yeah, the hinges also appear, I assume too. Yeah. I turn the doorknob and open it.
Seems like a very thin door. You open it, you look through, and you see gravestones on the other side.
And I just kind of, not saying a word, just look at everyone in the eye, and I kind of just start, like, I
Eldred's
huck
through.
Nikita through.
Eldred goes.
Yeah. I toss Nikita through if she's not conscious yet.
No, she's conscious. She's happy to go.
Okay.
I go.
Okay.
Come on, Collider. Come on, Butt Trumpet.
Okay.
Tuck and roll.
Everyone goes through.
Okay, who's last?
I am.
And
I'll
what
go-
do you do
I'll
as
go
you
last
go
if-
through?
Shut it behind you?
Oh, yeah, well, no. It's as I'm pulling the door closed, I reach around and snap the door handle off, close it, yank it out, and then lock the door on this side, which only has the lock on that because that was what my imagination. All right.
Roll me a percentage dice, please.
100. Don't ask me to roll percentage dice, Paul, because the last time I did that, I destroyed an interdimensional, like, entity in a bag. Remember?
Yep. Okay. You feel not so much like something breaking off, but you feel like the smearing of chalk or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it shuts behind you, and it's like a regular door. It's not, this wall is far thicker than that.
Yeah.
You find yourself in the cemetery. Way in the distance, you can see like a faint little line of almost like a dark blue emanation from like on the horizon.
Oh, so kind of like the sun's rising in the distance.
Maybe, you
kinda
don't
thing?
know.
Okay. So are we? So we got tombstones and stuff around us.
Mausoleums here
still-
and there.
Are we still like under like in a cave system
Yes.
at this point, or is it?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, so it might just be like a horizon line or something.
Well, no,
at far
it's vertical.
Oh, it's vertical. Oh, it's an open. Oh, okay. Open door, probably. Yes. Let's go to the
Someone
light.
roll me a 20-sider, please.
I'll do it.
I already blew my luck on that 100.
13.
Okay.
Can that be a lucky number today?
Sure. We will say
yeah.
that you, after about 4 hours, get to that vertical line of blue, which is the iron doors to Death's Door that are cracked open.
Yeah.
And you can get out. And you are now in the eastern districts.
We did it.
What?
Close this motherfucker and never open it again. Because I think we made a whoopsie. Or we unleashed a horde of the undead to fight a horde of mutants? That would be
Eldred
kinda
looks at you
cool.
guys and says, is this going to be a bad habit?
It kind of every time we go underground, we kind of unleash something, huh?
So which direction
go
do
up
you
from
which
now on.
direction do you go?
Oh, gosh. East.
Okay.
East out of Seven Rivers. We never come back.
Okay, so you head down that road towards the Stradivernia's house. It is a little bit before sunrise. There's a weird kind of light bluish glow to the night sky, so you can kind of see. You go for about 15-20 minutes. And guys, it's you that sees it first. You see the pairs of green lights coming towards you. And you
Yep.
hear
Leaving.
which direction?
So from where we're at, Goblin Town, I thought was to the east. Was I wrong?
It is,
in
but
that?
it's still a ways away.
Okay. So just we have what's to the north of us then?
Cliff.
Cliff. So we're kind of right now we're hugging the cliff wall heading
Right, and
east,
there's lots of
and-
big boulders and rocks all around.
And these green glowing eyes are coming from the south or the east?
From the east, and now you notice some coming from the west. And who's in the front?
I can be.
Okay. So Reed and Nikita are in the front. Reed, a 21 on you. A large, massive fist comes around the stone and hits you on top of the head, causing 7 points of damage. And you see this massive figure step around, and back by the cliff wall, you can see these green eyes, these green lights glowing.
Oh my god! All right. Can I use dodge
Dodge
on
and
that?
move?
Go ahead. If you want to use dodge, go ahead.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Nikita jumps at it, says, "Go, I'll hold it off."
we're not leaving, people. No.
Oh yeah, no.
All right.
Gaius just runs and just scoops her up and just keeps running. If that, yes, we should all dodge and run now. Or run, then dodge, depending upon your preference. We go east to Goblin Town.
Ho ho, my lad.
Nikita pushes you off and runs into combat with this thing. And now you notice some others coming from around stones. Everyone give me a dexterity check, please.
Eh. Woo, 21.
I got a 20.
8.
Calandra got a 14.
Okay, good.
Yep.
All right.
Can we see?
You see these large things like the one you saw when you were in the Eastern Districts with Nikita. You're seeing a couple that are like that. You're seeing some of the ones with that are a lot thinner with the 2 to 3 sets of arms and the 6 eyes on its face and the slits for noses. You see them coming from all different directions. So Nikita has run in to engage with the one. Before we do initiative, is there any initial thing that anyone else does?
Would this be a special occasion, Gaius?
Yep.
Yeah, I'd like to fireball the fuck out of these.
Okay.
Dexterity saving
Awesome.
throw?
Yep.
Unleash the butt trumpets of war. Just trumpets of war, probably.
Oh,
so.
jeez. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Roll your damage. But trying. What was the saving throw number?
14.
Okay. Roll your damage.
14 again. Wait,
Okay.
no. 23.
Okay. So
20
there
plus-
are a few coming from behind, a few coming from in front of you, 1 or 2 coming from by the cliff, and to the east, coming up the road, you see a number of other things moving. Where are you firing this?
The direction we want to go.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you see this little ball of flame head in that direction, and as it explodes, Calandra and Nikita see Reed, Butt Trumpet, Gaius, and Eldred vanish.
Oh, what the fuck?
Calandra, if you would roll me another dexterity saving, actually roll me 2 of them, please.
There we go. Okay.
Oh boy. Okay.
As soon as they go through.
I see him. Right.
4, yeah.
So
on
what
both.
happens is this. You see all of them disappear like that. You see Nikita running in to attack this giant creature. You see another one step out from behind another rock. Both of them grab Nikita. And as you see that, you get hit with these masses of slime. One in the torso that slams you back into a large boulder and glues you up against it about 5 feet above the ground. And then another one hits you in the face. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. The group made it out of the Necropolis. Tune in next week, same Grog Time, same Grognard channel, to see what happens next.
Holy Moses met the Pharaoh. him in the eye. Let my people go. Holy Moses on the mountain, high above the golden calf, went to get from